It's now time for Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, live on the Woodward Sports Network. Every day, 2 to 4 p.m. Starring Ryan Ermanni, Michigan great and former NFL baller Braylon Edwards, and of course, Tom Mazaway. Let's talk some sports.
How the show is going to be today, guys, huh? All right, we'll get into those discussions later on. Welcome to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. My name is Stick, filling in for, I get to say Braylon Edwards because I'm in Braylon's seat. That, to my left, is Anson Wells, filling in for Ryan Ermanni since he's in Ermanni's seat. Maz is in the Maz chair, per usual, from 2 to 4 every day here on Woodward Sports.
I'm here.
Maz is here.
I'm here.
The champ's here.
Champ's here.
Then we got JB in the sound booth, and of course, the one, the only, Mr. Steal Your Girl, Pete Spivak. Yeah, the Brady one shot.
Hey, look at that.
There you go. Hey, Tommy. How you doing over there, buddy?
Pete, JB, guys.
Hey, here's a story. All right. So we got a lot to talk about on today's show. Maz, you put together a hell of a rundown.
Thank you,
mock
sir.
draft. 'Tis the season for mock drafts, and actually, it's nice to be getting into mock drafts in late February than December like we normally do. So it's bought us a couple months. The Lions actually being decent. Lions getting rid of Tracy Walker. We're going to talk about that. We got a free agent quarterback, running back roulette, which is going to be fun. Plus, we got some Lions stuff to talk about.
And I want to hear about Anson being the number one troll in NBA back in the early 2000s.
Yeah, I told Maz about this.
That's
so
fun stories.
Let's kind of introduce Anson to the crowd, right? If you don't know, me, Anson, and Maz, all season long, we were the Lions post-game show.
We loved it.
And yeah,
Great season.
What a year. I mean, Anson and I have been doing the post-game show here at Woodward Sports for 3 years. And it was rough sledding.
Didn't see a lot of wins.
It was rough sledding early on. But Anson Wells, describe yourself. Where are you from?
I mean, I'm a Detroit boy, born and raised. My background with the Pistons was my dad got season tickets back when Joe Dumars and Michael Jordan entered the league. And we were faithful, man. I've been to every single home finals game in Detroit Pistons history. And right after Rick Carlisle was hired, after we went 32-50 with George Irvin, thank you. I was going to say Carl, but my dad wanted to give the seats up. And I'm like, this is it. We got this guy, Ben Wallace. We got this guy, Chucky, coming. And this Rick Carlisle. I'm telling you, this is the guy. So somehow I was able to talk my old man into getting the second row seats right behind the visitors' bench. So right when the coach stands up, he's there. Now, early on in that season, first game was against the Knicks. And Kurt Thomas is shooting some free throws, and I'm yelling, Kurt! Well, this guy hits them both. And he's backpedaling, and he turns right to me with both of his hands up in the air. What now? What now, punk? As the outlet pass goes right over his outstretched arm. All he had to do was just look at the play, hits Chucky Atkins for a free layup. Don Chaney takes a timeout. God damn it, Kirk, get your head in the game. And this light bulb went off over my head. Guess how many points we won that game by?
2
points. So everybody,
Anson's 2 points.
That's right. Everybody in my area would always joke that I was worth 2 points. Now, after the Malice at the Palace, a female reporter from the Cleveland Plain Dealer went out to a game between the Cavs and the Jazz and interviewed
Jerry Sloan.
Thank you. Jerry Sloan. I'm blanking on his name twice today. Hall of Fame coach and Hall of Fame player.
That's what I'm here for. Andy.
And said, thank you, my man, Mass. So she asked him who the best heckler in the NBA was, and he said, hands down, the little white boy behind the visitors' bench in Detroit. So a week later, we happened to be facing off against LeBron, which actually brought quite a few people in from the industry, including Chris Broussard, who at the time was a beat reporter for the New York Times. And he overheard the exchange and the interview between her and I. He came back a week later, got me in the New York Times. Newsday did a little thing on me after I got another one with Mr. Kurt Thomas, where I had gotten the better of him. A leather-lunged fan behind the visitors' bench berated Kurt Thomas all night, and he gave in. He's like, that guy got me. We've been going back and forth for years. I've got great stories with Michael Jordan, with so many different guys. Kobe, Tracy McGrady, and Chauncey Billups signed my Game 5 championship ticket to Anson Wells, the best shit talker in the world. So that really is my background. I absolutely
That really is my background.
That is my background,
I
talk shit. Yeah. I talk shit. And football is my passion, but my true first and baby, my passion is the Detroit Pistons. I was a high school head coach for 4 years. I love the game, and I love getting a chance to finally kind of talk about my heckling days, because they were fun. You and I talk about the summer of '04 all the time.
All the time.
What an amazing time in our lives. And we almost got a taste of that this winter with the Lions, but it's when you can go in and have that kind of an impact on games, when you keep it clean and you don't say you suck, you don't talk about family. Like, I would get obscure facts like Brendan Haywood. They used to call him Brenda when he was playing in the ACC.
Clever.
And he hated it. But man, you'd call him Brendan, he'd start talking to you. And the moment they talk to me, Stick.
Yep.
Don't
It's
talk
over.
to me. They don't pay you to talk to me.
Yep.
Get your head in the game. And they all knew it was right, but it was a little too much for them to turn away from me. And once they did that, I knew I had to.
I've been blessed to sit courtside twice in my life, and each time I've had a player tell me to F off.
Yeah?
It's been fantastic.
Good.
James Posey is one of them. And God, who was the other guy? Oh, Fatwan Walker. Remember Fatwan Walker
With the glandular problem.
the hot dog packet
Oh,
on the
yeah.
back of his neck,
And the shimmy.
Oh man, I love talking trash to that guy.
Mark Jackson sent me a note when he was head coach, and it said, "We know now where you got your ability to yell after spending last night with your mother."
Ooh.
Mark Jackson wrote that?
He did.
Wow.
Wow, what a classy guy.
I know, right? But I'll tell you, some
St.
guys
John's,
are really
baby.
cool, like Birdman, Desmond Mason. These are guys that after the game toss me like their warm-ups or a headband or stuff, because they respect it. They hear a lot of crap, man. And I think that what they've done in the NBA, where they've pushed away from and they don't allow people to do it, is, I don't like that. It's a home court advantage for a reason.
As long as it's done right, I
Yes.
agree. Like the whole just trashing someone's family and stuff like that. That's low hanging fruit. Like,
No doubt.
if you want to take it to the next level and do your research and come at somebody like what their mom used to call them when they were 3 years
Yep.
old, that's when you could really get under it, because they're like, have you seen Narward? Do you guys know who Narward is? JB, you're shaking your head.
I know who he is, yeah.
He is like the best interviewer you will ever see in your life, and he's so prepped for his interviews. He'll find something that, like, you were in high school band and this is
yeah.
what you played during your solo, and he'll find like a clip of it, or he'll bring him a vinyl or something like that. They'll be like,
Is that
how
the
did you
music
know
guy?
that? Yeah, it's the
Yes,
music
I do know about
really
him.
weird,
And
strange
they're like,
guy.
how do you know that?
It's
Yes.
our job. We're
I love
supposed to
And that's
know
what,
that.
it's my job. I am Narwhal.
Yep.
Like he's a great interviewer.
Well, I had
So-
the statisticians would run me the stat sheets that they were giving to the to the people, the news people,
The press, yeah.
and so I'd always have the press sheet and be able to know exactly what to drop on them. Oh, for 4 turnovers, they don't pay you to be that dumb.
Yep. That was mine with James Posey. You got more points, or you got more fouls than you do points.
Absolutely.
As he was being fouled out, going to the bench,
Oh,
flipping me the
Posey. I
birds.
forgot about
Oh, I
Posey.
love James Posey. But either way, we talk about the 04 team, how much of a celebration it was in the city. We got another celebration coming up in 64 days,
Boy,
right,
oh, boy.
Maz?
You got it. The NFL draft, man.
Have you ever been to a draft, Maz? I feel like you've
I've been to
plenty.
several.
Yeah, how many?
Yeah. I can't even count.
What city had the best draft?
Well,
Was
I
it
lived-
always New York?
I lived in New York, Jersey, New York, so I'd go to them often. I even went to a USFL draft at the
Ooh.
Ambassador Hotel.
That must have been cool.
Nice.
It was.
Who went one?
I forget. Steve Young, maybe?
Okay.
Shane
Might have been
Morris?
Steve
Awesome.
Didn't
What?
Shane Morris go number one, the latest?
Young. Yeah, that's a different USFL.
Eesh.
I'm talking back in the day is when ESPN was out there with. They called us the Draftniks. We were upstairs in the garden, and they'd come upstairs to be the Jets Giants fans there. And me, I like both, but I was a Giant guy at that point. And they'd have the interview guys up there, and we'd get all excited when the Jets and Giants were ready to pick. And now, how long has it been on the road, really, the draft? Has it been 10 years?
I feel like it has been. I mean,
It's been about 10 years, maybe a little bit less.
I know
That has gone city to
Nashville is
city.
where it really popped off. That's when it became like a huge event. I know Cleveland, Detroit now. So yeah, it's got to be around 10 years.
Yeah. So back in the day, it was there every single year, so it was easy to go to the draft. It was free and it was fun.
2015.
And I'm looking forward to ours here, man. I don't know how it's going to set up. I know it's going to be down in the.
It's Hart Plaza to Campus Martius.
Yeah, Campus Martius is where the main thing
Correct.
is going to be.
And from my understanding, they're taking like 6-foot plastic walls,
Yep.
running them all the way up and down Woodward. So it's all going to be blocked off once you get in.
Yeah.
There's just going to be several little entrances, and that's how you're going to be able to get in.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
There's ways to like log in now. What's that app that we downloaded the other day?
the Woodward Sports app.
No, there's a different one for the draft. It's called NFL One Pass. NFL One Pass. It's free. You download it. You put your information in, and it gives you, it like locks you in
Very
for an
good.
opportunity to attend the draft. So NFL One Pass. If
And
you
they
guys wanna
pull
get on
random people from that as well to actually go inside the draft.
there.
From my
I'm not sure
understanding.
about that. I'm not sure about
Do you think
that.
there'll be people camping out?
Heck
Because
yeah.
that's one thing I was
Hell
talking.
yeah.
I was talking about with the morning show. Like, we should send JB down there like three days early and have you guys camp out. And then next thing you know, it's gonna be like was it Duke where they all camp out?
Oh, yeah,
the
of course.
Krzyzewskiville.
Yep,
they all
outside
camp
there.
out. That's what it's going to turn into downtown. Like I don't think the NFL is ready for what Detroit is going to do to the draft.
You're right.
Because for our entirety of existence,
was our
this
Super
has
Bowl.
been our Super Bowl,
You're
right?
right.
Like we're geared up for the draft. And the irony this year of all years is Brad Holmes may trade out, and we may not even have a first-round draft pick on Thursday on the draft that's in Detroit.
I don't see that happening.
You
No
don't?
way.
Oh, I could
man.
totally see Brad Holmes
Well,
doing
he's
that.
the wheeler and dealer, so it's
There's
certainly
no way
within
he's
the realm.
trading out.
You know,
He'll trade up, if anything.
you think he'll trade up?
If anything. He ain't trading out.
There's a lot to having the pick in Detroit when you're having the draft, and to take that away from us on that first day, there's a little more than just a football move to that, to take that away from Detroiters. But when you look back at the Super Bowl, every Detroiter, everybody I knew was worried that we wouldn't be able to handle this big game. And the city, back then was 06, the city wasn't ready, but
It was
they made
05,
it happen.
It was
They
a
made-
disaster. I mean, it wasn't Detroit pulled it off.
Yes, we pulled it off.
But it was all smoke and
All
mirrors.
big-time smoke and mirrors.
The city was not ready
No.
to host the Super Bowl. We were just like, yeah, we'll do it. And they're like, okay. And we're just like,
We had the Winter Festival.
But that was a big springboard for the city.
it was, but man, remember all those empty, vacant stores
yes.
up along Woodward
yes.
by Blue right there? Like, there was nothing in those stores. Nothing. And what did they do?
It looked like a Hollywood set.
They'd put up a sign that say, this is a bar. They'd put up some folding tables, have people serving beers out of coolers, and those were and that's it.
I know, I
One
believe it.
weekend
It was
clubs,
unbelievable.
man. One weekend clubs all over the city that don't exist anymore,
Nope.
that didn't exist
Yep.
before.
All those
It was
parties I
a
went
pop-up
to?
Super
Yep,
Bowl.
it
That's
was.
what we could
Yep.
call them.
And
Went
they
to, like-
still said it was hands down better than Jacksonville, that's for sure.
I went to 3 parties that year. They were all great.
Oh, man.
All
Amazing.
terrific.
Playboy
Yeah, we know that,
parties,
Maz.
Hawaiian Tropic
that's right,
parties,
Pete.
Magic Johnson's parties.
Head
I
House,
had a great
Jenna
week.
Jameson.
Yep.
Yeah, Tom and I went to the Vivid party.
Ooh, that was the one to go to.
That was a party.
You guys went to that together?
Yeah, we did together. Yeah, we were at another Radio Life back
That
in
was
the day.
that was quite a scene. I wanted to say. There was a lot of guys holding their drinks and like stirring their
Over-stirring,
straws and looking at their wife with somebody else. It was a swingers
Yeah, we
paradise.
went to a swingers
Oh,
party.
wow.
Swingers
Interesting.
paradise.
Dude, porn conventions are some of the weirdest places you'll ever go. I was down in Vegas when the AVN Awards were going on.
Oh my, that's beautiful.
And-
I'd love to go to
And
that.
we walked through the lobby of the hotel where it's happening, and literally, there's your porn stars,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But there's like 500 thirsty dudes just
yeah.
like
Yes.
in the corner, like,
Oh, yeah.
like it was
Wow.
an experience, and it was like, God, man, I'm so glad my girl's not with me because I couldn't walk her through there
Yeah.
and feel like you were putting cattle on display.
Piece of
It was
meat.
so creepy.
My ex and I were at one of those, and we see Ron Jeremy, and I'm so excited. I was like, we got to go and
Hedgehog.
get. And she's like, oh, I want to meet him too. I said, well, just.
No, you don't.
I'm like, listen,
Stay away.
I need to prep you for what could happen here. And sure enough, he rips one out and nearly took her nipple home with him, man. And
Rips what out?
one of her, and
Are you kidding?
took it with his teeth, man, bit it right there, and then signed it, and we took a photo while it was out. She
So,
was cool.
anyways, NFL draft should be a good time, is what we're saying.
That's why she's your ex.
I mean, it wasn't that big a deal. The thing is, though, I think that this time around, 20 years later, is going to be so different.
Oh, yeah.
The Sons of Detroit are going to come home en masse. I have so many buddies that I went to school with that have, just from Detroit or from Michigan State, that have left the state that are all coming back. I mean, get your Airbnbs right now, guys, because this whole city is about to be sold out.
I bet, boy. So if you rent your house out,
Yes, sir.
if you're like down in that Detroit area,
Big money.
in the Grosse Pointe Park area where Pete might be hanging out,
Yeah.
you probably can get some good money for those.
Oh, I'm sure they've already booked out. Like the minute was announced, like people would probably buy in. I know there's no hotels available right now, so it's going to be a wild party down there, and we're going to announce where our official party and draft party is going to be at. And
are we going to see McAfee or what?
that's a whole nother situation. McAfee, we got to talk.
Yeah.
They keep responding to me on Twitter when I bring up them having to come to Detroit because they lost the bet with Aaron Rodgers. They lost the bet, and they got to be man of their words. But a whole lot has changed in that year. They signed with ESPN. ESPN kind of dictates where they go now.
Okay.
They're not the freewheeling, we can do whatever the hell we want McAfee show. But if they're here, I would assume it's their time to pay up.
What was that bet again?
I would have had to wear an Aaron Rodgers jersey for an entire year if the Packers beat the Lions.
That
was the last game of the previous season. Because remember, I don't know if you remember this, Aaron Rodgers was on their show, and then they started talking about how Dan Campbell big-timed them. Do you remember that?
No.
Yeah, they were saying they requested Dan Campbell, and they started bashing him. I was like, all right, well, let's put our money where our mouth is. You want to talk about my guy? I'm willing to wear an Aaron Rodgers jersey for an entire year if you guys will come do a show in Detroit, depending on who wins. And they said they took the bet. So we'll see. We're going to see, but we got to get to break right now. Let me tell you about Woodward merch. We got it. You need to wear it. You need to wear clothes. And we got some new draft merch that will be dropping, I believe, next Monday. And we want to see those shirts take over downtown Detroit. But you can go right now, woodwardsports.com/shop. That is woodwardsports.com/shop.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
Savor the heart of home at Big Boy with our all-new Down Home Comfort dishes. Feast on home-style goodness with our Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl, veal parmigiana, and apple pie hotcakes. The Down Home delight doesn't stop there. Potato pancakes are back. Dive into the richness of our perfectly crafted potatoes with our classic potato pancakes and our stuffed potato pancakes. Top off your meal with our new gingerbread shake, a seamless blend of creamy vanilla and sweet gingerbread flavors. Nothing beats the comforting taste of Down Home cooking. Enjoy every bite, only at Big Boy.
At work and at home. We're there with smarter security solutions, featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Come on, Pete, get it together. This is an amateur hour over there, buddy.
I just want to know if we get big timed by Pat McAfee, can we call Aaron Rodgers and get his ass here?
I don't want Aaron Rodgers. I mean, if we can take some mushrooms in the woods or something, yeah, I'll hang out with Aaron Rodgers. Outside of that, I got no interest in that man. Welcome back to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. My name is Stick, filling in for Braylon Edwards. That is Anson filling in for Ryan Ermanni. JB is in the sound booth. Pete Spivak is trying his best today. That's the whole damn crew right there. And thank you to everybody in the chat right now.
Braylon's birthday, by the way.
Happy birthday, Braylon.
Happy birthday,
Happy
B.
birthday,
Bray.
Man.
Happy birthday.
One of my favorite parts about this whole network is Anson and Braylon's little rivalry, because Anson bleeds Michigan State.
Right.
And Braylon obviously
He is Michigan.
He is Michigan.
And we've been going back and forth for over 10 years.
For a
man.
long time. Yeah, for a long, long time. I remember hosting a party. I believe it was an opening day party downtown. And Michigan State was in the Final Four then. And the game, we put the game on, and I had the DJ drop the Michigan State song and all that. And Braylon was just looking around like, what is this? I don't want to be here right now. But God love Braylon.
Happy birthday,
such a
buddy.
good guy. Thank you for being a part of the network,
No
and
doubt.
happy birthday to my dude. All right, NFL Combine starts Monday in Indy.
Yes.
God, the NFL is so good.
Yes.
Matt Broder's going to be there.
We're hoping. We're working on that plan as we speak.
I'm jelly of that.
And NFL teams can start using the franchise tag. Lions, they're not really expected to use a franchise tag. And I see you got in your notes. We brought it up the other day.
Yeah.
Ziggy Ansah, the last guy the Lions franchised.
That's a deep cut.
How about that? Long time ago.
Yep.
For Ziggy. He
Yeah.
never really lived up to that number one billing that they drafted him at.
Well, he was always a project player, right? They always said, oh, he's raw. And sometimes the raw guys just stay raw. But also, look at the coaching staff they brought him in.
I know.
He didn't,
They weren't developing anybody.
Pete, what the hell is going on?
Because I just realized the bottom bar wasn't there. There you go. It's all good. I got to recreate on the fly, baby.
Brady bunch.
Oh God! All right, we got a meeting after this.
Oh,
We're
God,
gonna
okay.
we're gonna discuss some
I'm
of
gonna
this.
get in trouble.
No one's getting in trouble, but come on, what are we doing? But either way, Ziggy Ansah, yeah, he was a raw specimen coming out of, was it BYU? Isn't that where he was
Yep.
from? Specimen coming out of BYU, yeah, and he just never
Where
turned
Michael
into the
Jackson went. Bring him young.
guy. Oh boy.
Oh my God. But
I've never heard that one.
Somebody get the
I
hook.
love it, dude.
So Detroit has 20 unrestricted free agents. But what are you guys looking forward to at the Combine? I mean, do you guys watch the Underwear Olympics?
I don't really tune into it, but during the afternoon we're here, we're doing our stuff, we'll have it on and we'll check it out. 18 Michigan players that break the record. LSU had 16 a couple years ago. Michigan sending 18 to the Combine for the very first time. So I'm looking forward to seeing a guy like Mikey Sainristil, see if he could boost up. I think he's going to wind up going a lot higher than a lot of people think he is. And, of course, J.J. McCarthy's the big answer right now. He's the hot guy out there, and I believe that he will move up the chain once they find out what this guy can really do.
Four
Let's face it.
quarterbacks in the top 10, you mean?
Yeah, it could be.
Wow.
Jim Harbaugh, man, remember, Jim Harbaugh had the cuffs on him. He didn't throw as much as other quarterbacks did. This guy's going to have an opportunity now to show really what he's about. And, of course, the interviews, he'll knock those out of the park.
But do you think Jim Harbaugh had the cuffs on him because he was more worried about his ability?
No, just the way Jim Harbaugh runs his business. He runs his business. We're going to run the ball down your throat. We're going to have an
Conservative.
offensive line like an NFL team. And we'll see what he does with Justin Herbert. I'm interested to see how he runs the Chargers going forward. They're going to be tough, a lot tougher than they've been.
Yeah, last year, what was it, the quarterback battle? Everybody was interested in watching how that played out in that Combine. And
It's always
I put
the quarterback.
some stock in the Combine, but
Look at Anthony Richardson last year.
no, yeah. And look at Anthony Richardson's career. Look at Trey Lance.
Well, he got hurt, bro. He's going to be a superstar.
Best abilities, availability.
He's going to be a superstar. It
It's tough to say if he doesn't play, Maz.
was 1 year, buddy.
I know.
Okay. Trey Lance.
It's year one, though. He's
You can't-
0 for 1.
I know, but you can't put Trey Lance's name in the same realm with Anthony
Well,
Richardson.
yes, you can.
They looked
Trey
very
Lance is already
different.
They're
on
the
the
same
field.
dude.
Trey
They
Lance
looked a
already-
lot different on the field.
Trey Lance already proved himself to not be a quarterback. He already proved it.
He's
But
trash.
he went just as high, right? Like, that's what you saw. You saw a
he went
freak
high.
at the Combine, and you see these players, like, those are the guys that's very interesting. You always see these guys just creep up slowly because of this Combine. I don't think Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes put too much stock in the Combine. I got to be honest with you. They will be more of the guys that watch film and watch how you handled yourself, play in and play out throughout the entire course of the season. Did you ever let your shoulders slump? Did you ever get in a teammate's face? Did you ever get pouty and stuff like that? To me, those things are more important than the intangible or the tangibles that we're going to see at the Combine. So I understand that Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell pay attention to it. I just think this isn't a make or break thing for the Lions and who they select.
Well, and that's what's led to the success of this team is is that player development and the change in culture. These guys, not only are they really determining a lot of the players' worth on their film study, but I think that their interviews are paramount for these guys. They want people that are going to fit into this new culture that we have, guys that aren't going to be disruptive, and guys that are never going to quit, that are going to chase being better constantly. And there's so many of these teams like the Raiders and others that are just chasing 40 times. Now, there's been some weird guys that these guys have taken later, but a lot of them have panned out. And when you look at the college film, it matches up with how these guys are drafting. I really, really like them staying away from the underwear Olympics, as you so eloquently put.
That's one of my favorite terms
Remember what
for the
Tom
draft.
Brady looked like in his picture from the underwear Olympics.
That's
and,
pure athleticism.
and he
Pure athleticism.
And you know what? Patrick Mahomes looked the same as well. And here are the two greatest quarterbacks probably to ever to put a uniform on.
I mean, let's just be honest. You don't have to be ripped to be a quarterback.
Correct.
Like Peyton Manning was never intimidating without his physique. It's up here. This is the muscle that needs to be intact.
That
if you're a
forehead was
quarterback.
intimidating of his.
Yeah, it's an 8-head.
Big brain up in there.
Yep.
Still working, man. He's a Hollywood director. Come on, man.
Is he really?
Well, Omaha Productions.
Oh, okay.
Omaha Productions.
Yeah. So leading into the combine, salary cap got adjusted. The Lions have some more cap space now. $61 total million.
Move that up now to $66.5 million because Tracy Walker picked up an extra $5.5 million.
And that was an expected move, I think, right?
Yeah,
they're
and
big on safeties.
I love that. Thank you, Tracy. I mean, this is the price of doing business. You're going to have players that you like that are going to go. And that's what's been so impressive about Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes with handling this business and treating these guys like men, taking them, sitting them down, letting them know, hey, you're not going to be a part of the team. But you saw it in Hard Knocks when they had to let guys go. It wasn't a sneaky, let's bring them in with this playbook, you're gone, and then there's hard feelings. They're very good at slaughtering people, to put it in a weird way.
And guys don't seem to be totally broken. I'm sure he's bummed to be leaving. This feels to me exactly like Chucky Atkins felt. A guy that was an emotional leader when our team was down and starting to come up. And a guy that a lot of Lions fans are going to be like, no, not Tracy Walker. But he played above his head when he was here. He was put in a position where he had to be the leader and the best guy in our secondary. And we're going to miss him. But for what he was paid at $12 million, we're still going to be on the hook for 1 year for $7 million for him. But that 5.5, what it's going to do for us, we have to move on from players like this to take the next step.
You heard the guys. They said it. After the playoff loss, Dan Campbell spoke. Look, it's going to be tough to get back here. I told the guys that. We're not going to have the same guys here next year. It hurts. He also went on to say, it's hard because when you fall in love with a player, you got to make hard decisions going forward. They both said that basically. That, you can't allow yourself to fall in love with a player. Although, how hard is it to not be able to fall for a guy that follows every step that you're telling him to do?
Yeah.
Well, listen, if we can get past Jamal Williams leaving, because to me, that guy 2 years ago, that's the heart and soul of the team. That's the guy that's motivating in the huddle. That's the guy that's like putting it all out there. He was a fan favorite. And when he left, it was like, oh, no, we lost Jamal. But then look at what they do. They go get David Montgomery and Gibbs, and all of a sudden
Huge
it's like,
upgrade.
we don't even, I honestly, how many times have we referenced Jamal Williams this past season?
I mean, he wasn't referenceable.
When you played against the Saints, maybe?
He was terrible for the Saints this year. So it's like it's a real easy guy to forget at this point.
One cheap touchdown he got at the end of the year was when Jameson Williams, Jameson Williams. Who's the quarterback?
Jameis
Winston.
Jameis Winston. Thank you.
JW, same thing.
J-Dub.
Yep.
He told his coach said, kneel down? The coach told him, kneel down. And Jay said, nope, we're going to hand it off to our guy here and let him score a touchdown. It was against Atlanta. And it was a dirty play. They didn't like it. Atlanta didn't like it. No one liked it. And it's going to probably cost them moving forward. But that was the only touchdown he got all year.
I never feel bad for professionals. If you don't like it, stop it.
But you're in a kneel down.
I don't give a damn. If you don't like it, stop it.
Walmart's hiring.
Yeah, sorry, then go hop in your Bentley and feel bad for yourself because Jamal Williams scored a BS touchdown. I never feel bad for professional athletes in that aspect. You are paid to be on that field and compete for 60 minutes. You're telling me, oh, well, we're getting our ass kicked, so I'm going to take these last few
How
minutes
about a
off.
late three-pointer then when you're up by 30?
I'm sorry, but I am not gonna let the ball run out in my hands when there's 40
And take
seconds
the
left and
turnover on
take
the
the 24-second. No, it's not happening. It's not happening,
That's
man.
why you're not on the
It's
court.
a game till the end. I don't care what the score is.
That's why you're not on the court. That's why.
That was a low blow, pal.
That's why. You're up 30 and you're going to shoot a 3?
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying shoot a
You're
three,
up
but
21
just
But
points.
here, that's on the coach, right? If you're up 21 points, your 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th players should be in the game, and they should be playing.
They are.
I call a lot of high school basketball games.
Yes.
Okay.
The scrubs are in.
That's exactly the time a coach should do it. And then, yeah, you're launching threes. You're playing your full game because those kids don't get an opportunity to do it. And then when you're a paid athlete making millions of dollars,
Stop crying.
Yeah, quit crying about somebody beating you up. Hit the gym, buddy.
No wonder you guys are friends.
Oh yeah, that's right. What do we got, Pete?
We got Planet Fitness.
JB, tell us about Planet Fitness,
Well,
will you?
speaking of hitting the gym, Planet Fitness is your home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and I mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you'll experience a squeaky clean gym with tons of equipment, a full body workout in just 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. Now, you get all of this with no commitment for only $10 a month.
Only $10.
Yes, only $10. Now remember, no matter where you are, there is always a Planet Fitness nearby, for more than 50 in the Metro Detroit area and thousands more throughout the world. Find your local Planet Fitness today or join online at planetfitness.com.
Come to Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut experience and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
At work and at home. We're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
As my friend Neil Rule says, Maz, all good things end badly, otherwise they wouldn't end. That's true. That's the way it goes. Woodward Sports, welcome. We are live on Woodward Sports and, of course, on Fox2Detroit.com. Anson, I'm not sure if you were aware we're live on there. So it's not like the post-game show. We can't be dropping F-bombs and stuff. I should have told you that 30 minutes ago.
Probably.
But yeah, welcome to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. I'm Stick. That's Anson. That's Maz. JP is here. And, of course, the wonderful Pete Spivak over there. Mock drafts are here, and the 33rd team, which is becoming one of my favorite Woodward Sports type entities.
I just turned Anson on to it.
Really? You didn't know about that?
No, but I love it.
And it's a great name too.
Yeah, it really
because
is.
pretty much all leagues have 32 teams. You know, you're the 33rd.
It's like the 19th hole.
It's made up of players
Yep.
and former executives, coaches.
Yep.
And the St. Brown brothers do a podcast on there. Matter of fact, they talked to Justin Fields. It drops today. It's supposed to be a really good interview. If you guys want to give that a listen, those guys get after it. They're pretty fun.
Well, you see Amon-Ra St. Brown talking a lot of trash to Chicago fans, his brother, and I would love to see him talk trash to Justin Fields.
Oh, yeah.
We were talking about the Scrubs playing hard before we went to break, and Lorena Rios said the Scrubs are in today on this show. You're damn right, and if you think I'm not putting in max effort, I'm sorry. It's happening. We're going to run it up, baby. Thanks, JB. So let's get into this mock draft. Do you guys want to wait? You want to work our way?
We'll do one piece at a time.
Do one piece at a time.
Yeah,
and
start with one.
Start at the very beginning.
Start at the beginning, because you got to know who's been taken already.
That's a very good place to start, as
All right.
a Disney movie once said. Here we go. Mock draft number 1, Caleb Williams, who's going to be a bust to the Chicago Bears. So that is accurate in my.
We'll see.
Caleb Williams is going to be a bust. I will put my stamp on that.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
Who's my favorite on Fox? It is
Troy Aikman?
no, well, of course, but No, it's the
Jimmy
college
Johnson.
football guy. Help me out, guys.
Collins-
Joel Klatt.
Joel Klatt.
Joel Klatt. Very, very knowledgeable. Joel Klatt calls him a generational talent.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of generational talents go number one and not make it.
Merrill Hodge, on the other side, said he will not be special.
I don't think
So you have a yin and a yang.
He's going to be
But
Kyler
there's
Murray.
more yings than yang.
He's going to be Kyler Murray.
He's struggled heavily
Good.
against good teams.
Not great.
He's struggled against good teams. He's been very, very good against bad teams. He's not well liked by his teammates.
No one
at
came to
all.
his birthday party, I heard.
Yeah, and I mean, there was some things that they floated out about C.J. Stroud, but these two guys seem very different in my opinion. Why people are looking past Drake May, and I'm really happy to see Jaden Daniels on this list up at 2 because for this last few months you've been seeing him in the middle of the first round and maybe moving up into the top 10. I think that in terms of the RPO game that you're seeing today, he's probably the best prospect on the board. In terms of a guy that could end up being a Tom Brady type talent, Drake May is the guy. Those two guys, in my estimation, should absolutely be going over Caleb. I think we could absolutely see something like we saw in the Darnold, Rosen, and Lamar and Baker year. Right. Baker wasn't going to be going in that top 10, and all of a sudden he goes number 1. Don't sleep on Drake May being the number 1 pick.
Yeah, what happened to Rosen and Donald?
Trash. Well, I mean, Darnold's still in but Rosen just got laughed out of the league.
He did.
Yeah.
And
He
the
was on
best
like
guy
20
went
teams.
32.
Yeah,
Lamar.
you got it.
So then coming in at number 2, you got Jaden Daniels of LSU. I mean, Washington needs a quarterback. They have some weapons. They have some
Sam
wide
Howell.
receivers. Yeah, you love Sam Howell coming
do.
out. I thought he was decent coming out, but a new regime in there now, and they want to get their guy, right?
question.
You don't want to hang on to anybody else's picks. You want to come in and get your guy.
Well, how similar are the situations between the Bears and the commies, as they call them? Between those two teams, they both have very capable quarterbacks. I don't understand why guys are so down on Sam Howell, and they're both talking about possibly trading out to move back down. Now, if you don't, and you pick one of these guys, now you're riding into the season with 2 first-round talent quarterbacks that were, you expended that kind of capital on. For Washington, I hate that move. For the Bears, I hate it too. As a Lions fan, I would absolutely love nothing more than to see them start over with a new young quarterback.
Yeah.
Not only that, sorry, Stick.
Go ahead.
The Bears still have Justin Fields at this point. So where are they dealing him? So this 33rd team mock draft doesn't take in account that maybe he'll be traded to Washington or traded to the New England Patriots or traded down to the Atlanta Falcons.
And look what Houston did last year with taking a quarterback high and then coming back up in the top 5 to get Will Anderson.
Yep.
I mean,
they got the 2 rookies of the year.
It changed the game for them.
I think Atlanta is a spot that we should really be looking at for one of these guys to possibly get traded to or for them to move up.
Drake May coming in at number 3. Marvin Harrison, your first skill position player off the board.
The second best wide receiver in this draft, Stick.
I think it's a great spot for him to wind up, though, is Arizona.
Who's the first?
Mr. Malik Neighbors, Tyreek Hill 2.0. Sleep on it.
Really?
All right, Brock Bowers. So this is an interesting guy, tight end out of Georgia, like the best all-around
Ever.
athlete.
The best
but is he gonna
tight
be
end
like,
prospect ever.
Yeah,
Who's coaching there?
where? Oh,
Who's
Jim
coaching?
Harbaugh?
There you go.
So you think that's going to be a marriage?
No question.
You don't think Harbaugh's going to go want to get
No.
I don't
anything
think
else?
Harbaugh
He
reaches
wants,
that early.
he wants an
For tight end.
offensive lineman /
Yeah.
wide receiver, which is a tight end. That's exactly what a tight end is. It's an offensive lineman that catches the ball.
How do you keep your job as a head coach in the NFL if your very first top 10 pick is a tight end? That's what I want to know. I don't see that happening because of his conservative coaching style that you referenced earlier. I absolutely love Bowers as a prospect, though. It's interesting the way that you kind of spun that with the offensive lineman side of it. But Brock Bowers is not a guy you want to keep in at the line often. He is that special. But,
They already have
that's a
receivers.
risky first pick as an NFL coach return. You know,
I wouldn't doubt that he would take an offensive lineman there or this kid, this tight end, Brock Bowers.
Well,
I don't know what else he'd go for.
We know Jim Harbaugh is crazy. That's the one thing you know. He's a wild card, and he's going to do what Jim Harbaugh wants to do.
Knows how to build the team, though.
Malik Neighbors coming in at number 6. That's who Anson mentioned. Joe Alt from Notre Dame, number 7 to the Texans. And then, what's his name? Rome
Odunze is Keenan Allen 2.0, guys. This guy...
you saw him against Michigan. He was terrific against Michigan.
And what they do in the NFL now, and when it comes down to precise route running, understanding zones, where to find yourself in them, Rome is maybe the best right now. You know, Marvin Harrison brings a skill set where you're already a professional. He's been a professional since he's been 2 years old.
He's a no-doubter.
He's been dragged through the NFL by his father. He understands the whole system. But when you look at his numbers, his yards after the catch, his ability to make plays, it's all before the ball and at the point of catch. What you see out of guys like Rome and out of Malik Neighbors, the dynamic playability that they have after the catch, and the speed level, especially with Malik Neighbors, don't be surprised when you see Marvin Harrison be the 3rd best wide receiver in this class. Those two guys are that good. Now, I love Marvin Harrison.
So this is a fantastic wide receiver draft.
Yes, it's one of the best ever. I mean, there's 4 or 5 rounds deep. I mean, there's guys like Des Walker and Xavier Legette that I would absolutely love for the Lions to
Let's
land.
get through them because I want to get to
please.
the Lions before the end of this segment. So let's speed through the next 2, and I'll just kind of list them off. If there's anything that stands out to you guys, let me know.
You're blowing through them.
The Bears, Teron Arnold right there out of Alabama. That's actually a nice pickup for them if the Bears got him. You see number 10, Olu Fashunau.
He's awesome.
And then 11, this is your boy, Quinyon Mitchell. J.J. McCarthy. This is one that's going to stand out to everybody. With all the drama that was going on in Denver with their quarterback, Russell Wilson, last year, they could replace him with J.J. McCarthy.
If he's at 12 now, he's a top 10 pick.
He ain't getting past the Vikings.
You don't think so?
No. Vikings are taking a quarterback.
I mean, the Jets should take him too.
That's 4 quarterbacks taken in the first 11 picks. That's what you guys are having?
Absolutely.
All right. Talise Faga.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, I can't read those.
Faga.
Okay, let's move on to the next. Why can't anybody just be like Jim Jones anymore? Nate Wiggins. This is a guy that when we were talking last week, man, this is the guy that I want the Lions to get. I don't know if he's going to fall that late in the draft.
What position is he?
He's a cornerback out of Clemson.
Okay.
Beast. This guy's an absolute beast. You got Mims going at 18, Verse going at 19, Tyler Guyton going at 20, Jackson Powers Johnson going at 21.
Strong player.
Cooper DeJean, I like that guy too. That's a guy that the Lions have been talking about, or Lions fans have been talking about, because any cornerback that is going to be drafted this year, Lions have definitely, their fans have talked about it. Brian Thomas Jr., another one you like out of LSU, Anson, and then you got Murphy at 24.
I love the kid from Iowa, Cooper DeJean.
Do you?
DeJean, whatever his last name
Hey,
is.
it's Abajin.
He is fantastic. I would love the Lions to have that kid. He returns kicks. He does it all. He was the guy that chased down. Do you remember that play, guys? He was down at the goal line, and somebody picked up a fumble and ran 90-plus yards the other way. He got up off his back and chased him down and tackled him before he could score a touchdown. That's what that kid does. That makes him a Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes guy.
The effort, and that's the thing.
Yep.
Like I told you, I was watching this interview. I can't remember the player, and I wish I could, but he was talking about he came in to try out for the Lions, and they put him through these drills where normally if you go for a team that they'll put you through these drills, but you get like 2 minutes off in between. Lions just wanted him to go back to back to back to back, and why they did that was they wanted to see how you responded to tough situations.
Yeah.
When you were exhausted, were you willing to push through? Did you throw a little temper tantrum because you really didn't feel like doing this? And that's how the Lions evaluate players. And I loved that clip. I'm so mad I didn't save that clip. But blowing through these, you got Newton, Barton, moving on. Kool-Aid right before the Lions at 28. That's another guy that Lions fans are excited about. I think mostly because of his name. But
and Alabama.
Yeah, but Kool-Aid.
And he's pretty damn good.
And Darius Robinson here, 29, is who the Lions are projected. Defensive line. I watched a little bit of film on this guy before the show, and I mean, he's a beast.
Yep.
He's a beast. Big motor on him.
Yep.
He goes every play. Would you guys be comfortable with addressing the defensive line?
Oh, yeah.
First round
D-line,
draft?
cornerback, absolutely.
You think you got to go defense?
Yes, I'm afraid you do. Or if there's a great offensive lineman that they believe in, I'll take him. I will. I would take him.
Agreed. Absolutely.
A guy on here that if the Lions wanted to get a little sussy and Brad Holmes wanted to get a little crazy, Keon Coleman could be a target for the Lions.
I'm really not high on him.
Really?
No, I'm
the
not.
dude is a monster.
He is. But I've seen a lot of guys with his profile from college come
Denzel
in
Mims?
and struggle. Not the same profile, but yeah, some guys like that.
6'4" monster.
The guys that are left over in the third and fourth round of this draft, because it's so incredibly deep at the wide receiver position, the Lions cannot afford to take a wide receiver right now in the first round. They have to go defender, an impact defender, or an offensive lineman. We've got a lot of guys that we got to re-sign on that offensive line, and that's what makes this team go.
Yeah, definitely. So you would be comfortable with defensive line. Everybody good with this mock draft?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I am.
And who came out with this for the 33rd team?
That I'm not sure.
Okay.
That I'm not sure.
Because if it was Amon-Ra St. Brown, I'd be like, oh, this is interesting.
I
That's a
think
lot more interesting.
Yeah, I think it's a team effort.
Yeah, so that's the mock draft. We're going to do millions of them leading up to the draft that's in Detroit coming up in April. But first, let's tell you about Fairway Packing, JB.
Yes,
you
because for
packing.
over 60 years.
Packing that meat.
60 years, Fairway
Pause.
Packing has provided Michigan's finest restaurants, hotels, casinos with prime beef, Wagyu beef, and dry-aged beef. Experience the Fairway difference for yourself today. Visit the steak shop in Grosse Pointe Woods for grab-and-go steaks, or check them out online at fairwaypacking.com.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Come to Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut experience and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
You're fired.
Welcome back to Ermanni and Edwards
You're fired.
with Maz right here on Woodward Sports and Fox2Detroit.com. My name is Stick, filling in for Braylon Edwards, the birthday boy. That is Anson Wells. We have JB in the sound booth, Maz in the Maz chair reading something right now, and then, of course, Pete Spivak in the sexy specs. Welcome back. Just went over some 33rd team mock draft, and like I said, tons of mock drafts coming. This is an exciting time. I love mock draft season just because of the endless possibilities, and because Brad Holmes is going to do what Brad Holmes does. He's drafting on a completely different board than any of us know.
I love that we haven't talked about it until mid-February.
Isn't that awesome?
It's crazy because we're feasting on these boards come November, latest December, but now we're not talking about it until February. I have so much faith in this regime. They're not going to stand pat. They're going to be making moves. The things that we've always asked for as Lions fans in the past, we've been getting these off seasons. Moves and repositioning, added picks. I can't wait, but I know they're going to make moves. I know they want to get back. And weren't you telling me that he made a bold proclamation, Dan Campbell, about winning next year, being back in the Super Bowl?
He spoke out of both sides of his mouth, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Because right after the game, he was like,
It's over.
It's going to be hard to get back
over.
here. It's going to be hard to get back here. Then it's like, we're going to the Super Bowl or nothing else. And, of course, you got to reset with that mentality every single year. But for him to vocalize it, I think, sets a different standard inside the clubhouse.
I want to bring something up to you guys that Sean and I talked about yesterday, and I think you were out of the room at that time. What if Dan Campbell was right? And what I mean by that is, compare the Buffalo Bills of late, the Josh Allen Buffalo Bills, that haven't gotten to the big dance, and as good as they've been the last 6 years. The Lions are right there right now. They are in Buffalo Bills talk. They are in playoff teams talk. That's where they are. What if they don't take it off the sheet and get to the big game? What if they fall short again, like the Buffalo Bills fans have to go through? What they had to go through 3 years ago at that overtime loss to Kansas City when they didn't see the ball after the coin toss, which, of course, changed the rule.
You don't like it,
after
stop
that.
Maz, the irony of this is
I'm just saying, man.
I just watched the 30 for 30 for them losing 4 straight.
Yeah, the 4 falls
like
of
a few
Buffalo.
days ago.
That's different. That's a different Bills.
But that's
I'm talking
that's
about
still the
this
Bills, though.
Yes.
That's the Bills. That's their whole
It is.
legacy. And that is what I have worried, and we talked about all season long. There's only one thing that truly changes this franchise forever, and that's getting to a Super Bowl and winning one. You know? So I think these guys, don't think these guys are going to stand pat. These guys are going to be just as wild and free-willed when making moves this offseason as they ever have been. In fact, there's more of a need now, I think, for them to make those types of moves to make sure they get over this hump that this franchise never has even gotten close to.
Listen, when I was watching that game, they were up 17 going into the second half, and they pissed it away. Those were the thoughts that were going through my head. It's so hard to get back to where so many things have to go right.
They're going to start over.
Injuries have to not plague your team. The coaching decisions have to be right on spot. And you see it even with the San Francisco 49ers. People, the 49ers are a juggernaut. They're a juggernaut till they're not.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what's...
They can't win either. 30 years.
They can't win a damn thing as much as Lindsey Hunter wants to tell me they're a great franchise.
They haven't won a Super Bowl in 30 years.
Them and the Cowboys, they haven't done a damn thing in 30 years.
Aikman, Young, Montana.
And think about that,
That's it.
for how proud those guys are and what they think of their franchises. But that's what's cool is like
there's only one winner.
That there's 31 teams disappointed every year.
Yeah.
And it doesn't always go your way. And that's what pissed me off more about that loss than anything. Not that they lost.
No.
It was that the opportunity was right here,
right there,
in your grasp. If 17 points you were up in the second half, and that opportunity just went away.
Yeah.
You're never going to get this opportunity again.
Correct.
And even if you run it back, it's not going to be the same thing. Because like we saw, Tracy Walker's already gone.
Yeah.
You know, like
there'll be other guys gone.
There'll be other guys gone. It's not going to be the same squad. It's not going to be the same like camaraderie in the locker room. You think they're going to keep building that with players they add, but they could add one bad apple that spoils the whole thing. So yeah, I'm with you, man. That's
scary.
That terrifies the hell out of me. Yeah. But I also got to realize now we're having the conversation about the Lions not being good enough in the Super Bowl or in the NFC Championship game.
Well, that's the deal.
We're not talking about the Lions not being good enough to make the playoffs or win their division. We're over that success hump, the playoff and divisional.
Yes.
But we're not over the complete success. And winning a Super Bowl is hard, and it's never, ever, ever, ever guaranteed. Teams will get better. Teams will get worse. You don't know what's going to happen year to year.
And you're forgotten.
Yeah.
We here in Detroit will never forget.
Yeah.
But other people are going to say, wow, who did the Chiefs beat to get in the Super Bowl? Who did the Niners beat to get in the Super Bowl?
Who did Stafford win to win
you know what? It don't matter. It does not matter.
Would you rather have been a Bills fan for the last 40 years and see 4 Super Bowls and a whole bunch of AFC finals, or would you have rather been a Lions fan for the last 40 years? Because what the Lions have done now is put themselves into that window we talked about all year long of success. We should see sustained success over the next 3 to 5 years at least. Maybe this regime is really good and we'll see 15, 20 years of it. But again, only one team wins. But I would much rather have a team that's in the conversation every single year, that we're not talking about the draft until February. Yeah. And that is brand new for us as Lions fans.
All I've ever wanted was to be in the fight. Because if you're in the fight, you got a chance to knock someone out.
But now you want more.
Of course you want more.
But now you're not happy with that. You're not. I'm not.
I was disappointed with how the season ended, but I wasn't disappointed with the season in general. But this
I'm-
was a one-off. If it's
Listen,
a recurring thing,
I'm
then,
mortally wounded, to tell you the truth.
From what happened?
I'm mortally
I
wounded.
didn't watch the Super Bowl, Maz. I can't even remember the last time I didn't watch the Super Bowl. I couldn't bring myself to watch it.
Anson, I watched it, but I watched it like walking around the house and going to get a snack here. I changed it to Nickelodeon to
And
watch that
you're
broadcast.
glued, aren't you?
I didn't care.
It was such a weird vibe.
I just had to win a square. That's
Anson
it.
will tell you, for the playoff games, Cicerelli's, absolutely insanity.
Lock.
Insanity. Like every seat filled, people
Shoulder to
going
shoulder.
nuts for it.
Standing
Lions
rolling.
score, we're playing the fight song, putting off sirens.
It's crazy.
It's a crazy time. The Super Bowl was one of the most lethargic Super Bowls I've ever been. We had every seat filled in the bar. Every seat was filled in the bar. But when touchdown was scored, nobody gave a damn.
Yeah.
When interception was made, fumble made, nobody really. It was a normal Sunday game on
That's what
Super
it
Bowl
was.
Sunday.
Who were
That's
you
what
guys
it was.
cheering
It was
for?
a 1 p.m. Sunday game this
Who were you
year.
guys cheering for, and did it change during the game?
Because of Lindsey Hunter, I started rooting very badly against San Francisco.
Oh,
like I didn't really care, but I wanted San Francisco to lose so badly. Because I don't think they earned their spot to be there.
Agreed.
They got lucky against the Lions, did what they did, and I'll give credit for winning. I don't think Brock Purdy's that good of a quarterback. I don't think Kyle Shanahan is the end-all, be-all of coaches.
I'm going to stop you there.
With which one?
He's a pretty
I'm going
guy.
to stop you with both.
Okay.
The first one I'm going to stop you with I rooted for the Chiefs, but I lukewarmly rooted for the Chiefs. When Brock Purdy had the ball, I wanted him to go down and score a touchdown.
Yeah, but he can't. He's not that dude.
He is that dude.
He's not that dude.
He can go down
if
and
he
score
was
a
that
field
dude, he
goal.
would have done it, right?
He is that dude. He is
Not
he's
good enough to win a
man.
Super Bowl.
He's a kid.
Yeah, did you see the last 17 who started their first Super Bowl never made it back?
I know.
Jared Goff included.
I know.
Okay.
I know all of that. I'm just saying, Brock Purdy he has it. He is going to be a very successful quarterback.
Jimmy Garoppolo got them just as far, man.
Yeah, he did.
Personally,
Yeah, he did.
I was rooting for the Chiefs lukewarmly, and I kind of have the
Luke
score
Longley,
on my
you said?
Luke Longley.
Luke Longley.
The Australian snail.
lukewarm. You said lukewarm a little bit earlier, but I'm watching the score just off to the side, and I noticed they went to overtime. I saw that San Francisco put up 3 points, so I tuned in, and I'm like, all right, let's go, KC. By the end of that drive, when I had seen Taylor Swift 7 times in one drive,
who cares?
I was. Come on, San Francisco, stop them! But man, I had no interest in that game. I had no rooting interest in either team. I wanted both teams to lose. I wanted them to somehow tie or lose, and everyone realized the Lions should have been there.
I think everybody did. I mean, you saw how many tweets in that first half. Like, at least if the Lions were here, it would have been an interesting
Antonio
game.
Brown said,
"Yeah,
I got a feeling the Lions will be up 30-6 about this point."
the Lions were trending."
Antonio Brown. That was the first time I've ever agreed with him, and it proves that he doesn't have dementia. He doesn't. He's just an idiot. He's just an idiot. But like you said, guys, listen. What we had this year was
special. It was special.
What we had last year, the way they finished that year, was special. Yeah, the breaks didn't go for them at the end of the year. They shouldn't have lost to the Panthers. This team won't lose a game like that, like the last year's team did.
But you just better hope they're able to get that opportunity not
I
to
hope
lose that.
that they get another shot.
We opened the show talking about the 04 Pistons, right?
Yeah.
You thought they were going to win more than one
More
ship.
than one, especially the following year.
And
the last guy,
what was it, 6 or 8 straight Eastern Conference championships, but one championship.
Look at the Tigers.
Oh,
Look at the 06 to 14 Tigers.
World
Two
Series
World
twice.
Series and nothing.
Well, they get one win in those 2 World Series.
One win.
Yeah, sponge game.
Bupkis they got.
Yeah.
You know who I grew up next to? Mickey Lolich.
How about that, Mr. Donut?
The last 2 guys to
Plug your mic in on the bottom, Anson. Right here, this part right here. There you go. Click it up. There you go. There you go. Now talk.
We good now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was I out the whole time?
No,
just there.
You must have just messed with it.
Yeah, Mickey Lolich, I grew up 2 doors down from him. He was the last guy, or him and Randy Johnson are the only guys in the last 60-plus years to win 3 games in a World Series.
Did a Grand Slam in a World Series.
But to your point, Maz, it's tough to get back.
Very tough.
It's tough to repeat. The good news is this isn't an aging team that had one last shot. Like we're not the LA Rams, where we mortgaged everything for 1 year and
Guess
you knew.
what? They're back again.
No, they're not.
They are.
Rams?
Yeah.
No, they're not.
They're back again.
They got bounced from the first round by the Lions this year. They're not back.
Okay.
They have an aging quarterback who can't stay healthy.
Aaron Donald, a year
Aaron
older.
Donald's leaving.
Well,
They're
I'm not
still
gonna
in
argue with you
salary
guys.
cap hell.
I'm not going to argue with you.
If anything I say is wrong, you can tell me. Are they in salary cap hell? Yeah. Is their quarterback aging and on his way out? Yeah. Is Aaron Donald done? Yeah. No.
Puka.
They do have Puka.
They got Puka.
Puka's very nice.
Got a good offensive line, Puka Nacua, great running back, and Kieran Williams. They got a great coach, and Sean
Ernest
McVay.
Jones, stud middle
I'm telling you,
linebacker.
They have rebuilt their team on the fly. They shouldn't have been in the playoffs last year. They are.
They backed
were.
in, and then they're going to regress this year. I'll guarantee
I hope
it.
you're right.
I will bet.
I'm not rooting for the Rams.
I'll bet you Hunter House.
No, I don't want to even bet you.
One burger at Hunter House?
Okay,
It's $2.
All right.
All right. Premier
Make it a
Pet
double.
Supply. Tell us about
Make
it.
it a double.
All right, double.
Hey, and do not settle for less on your pets, guys. Give your pet the best. Premier Pet Supply, hands down. Michigan's best pet store, family owned and operated for over 30 years. 13 Metro Detroit locations. They have over 60 brands of food at the lowest prices available and curbside delivery to boot. Check them out right now at premierpetsupply.com.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
Savor the heart of home at Big Boy with our all-new down-home comfort dishes. Feast on home-style goodness with our Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl, veal parmigiana, and apple pie hotcakes. The down-home delight doesn't stop there. Potato pancakes are back. Dive into the richness of our perfectly crafted potatoes with our classic potato pancakes and our stuffed potato pancakes. Top off your meal with our new gingerbread shake, a seamless blend of creamy vanilla and sweet gingerbread flavors. Nothing beats the comforting taste of down-home cooking. Enjoy every bite, only at Big Boy.
Come to Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut experience and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Hey, you guys, come to Lady Jane's Haircut for Men for an award-winning haircut experience. Register to win a trip of your dreams, all expenses paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament. That's right, no expenses spared for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Wicked. All right, let's play a little game. Free agent quarterback, running back roulette. It's an interesting game. The Lions may or may not be involved in this.
They will not be involved.
I think they're running back.
They will not be involved in either of these.
They could go after a nice backup quarterback.
Perhaps.
You never know.
Perhaps.
I mean, the free agent quarterback list is not super impressive.
We got
Let's
Hendon,
be honest.
We got Hendon Hooker.
We do have Hendon Hooker, and I hope he is our backup quarterback for the next 4 years. 3 years because he was on a 4-year deal. So
Hooks.
Yeah, Hendon Hooker can throw the football. Good job at
They
Tennessee.
will sign another quarterback, as you're right, because they will have some type of competition behind Jared Goff.
Yeah.
No question about that.
So you're wondering who it's going to be. Let's throw these up on the board and just kind of go around the horn. JB, I want to get you involved in this. And Pete, I want to hear from you today.
I appreciate you, brother.
no,
Yeah.
not Pete.
Okay,
Please.
Pete, never mind.
For the love of
Screw
God.
you, Pete.
Such a hater.
Thank you.
Just put the bottom bar on. All right.
Oh, God.
Kirk Cousins. Let's start at the very beginning. Kirk Cousins.
I think that he stays. I think that they're in a great situation where if he would have been healthy, the amount that they would have had to pay to keep him would have been too much for them for their future. But at this point, they can bring him back on a 2-year deal on a discount, pick up one of these many quarterbacks, not a first rounder, but the kid out of Oregon would look real good right now for them.
Bo Nix.
Yes, sir.
Bo Nix or a Penix. To me, I like those guys better than all these hype guys at the top of the draft.
Really?
I like proven products.
J.J. McCarthy will be a Viking.
So where does Kirk Cousins go then?
Kirk Cousins ain't going to be a Viking. He wants a 2-year, $90 million deal.
So where does he go?
If I had to search around, perhaps the Atlanta Falcons might take a run at him. Keep in mind, this guy's not going to play for a bit. He's got the Achilles injury. You don't know how he's going to react. Not everyone is Aaron Rodgers. Not everyone has that type of recovery.
What about New Orleans for Kirk Cousins?
New Orleans is a good pick, but they're stuck with Derek Carr right now.
Well, no, they're going to drop him.
Are they going to cut him and get some money back that way?
Or how about this? You throw him down in Vegas because Jimmy Garoppolo is taking those performance enhancers and suspended.
Jimmy G's getting cut.
He's getting cut after his suspension.
Right.
They're going to cut him.
Yeah, he's going to miss. What are you going to miss? 2 games, I think it was.
You have a small window with Devontae Adams to be relevant down there with a decent quarterback.
I love Kirk Cousins. I'm a Kirk Cousins guy, so I don't think he'll be a Viking. I think he'll be out of the North Division. Where do you got him going?
I like the Atlanta Falcons. I think they need to spend the money, but I could also see him going back to Washington.
Oh, wow.
Somewhere he's familiar with. They need a quarterback. They got a little bit of cap space, and they have a pick that they could use to leverage to get him.
Okay.
So maybe they trade down to 12 Washington, but they get Kirk Cousins too.
There's also been a rumor out there about the Cleveland Browns, and what I mean by that is
Nick Chubb rumor.
The Cleveland Browns. Well, they're gonna cut Chubb.
Yep.
But Cleveland Browns are shopping Deshaun Watson. Secretly shopping Deshaun Watson.
It's not a big secret. Yeah, not a big secret if we're talking about it.
Good luck with that one.
Who's that GM that we always have on? Mike
Tannenbaum.
Mike Tannenbaum said the deal that should be made should be the Browns and the Giants.
Yeah.
The Giants sending over Daniel Jones to the Browns. The Browns sending Deshaun Watson to the Giants, plus a pick on top of that because the Giants are going to have to pay all that money for Deshaun Watson. Now, I'm going to ask you guys, all of you guys. I like the Cleveland Browns the way they've been built. Do you think Deshaun Watson plays for the Browns and gets them into the playoffs, or do you think he's done?
I'll go even further. I think the Browns are done.
They just had 6 awards given to them on the NFL awards banquet.
That's
Rookie
amazing.
of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Assistant Coach of the Year, Jim Schwartz.
Sweet. What happened
Comeback Player of the Year, Joe
What happened
Flacco.
First round of the playoffs?
They got beat.
Well, there you go. Awards.
They got beat. But
individual awards are awesome.
Wait a second,
I know,
though.
but they had
Wait a
their
second.
6th quarterback in at
That
that
team
point.
went through so much adversity, and it
They're
wasn't
good.
the quarterback position that carried them to that luck playoff spot that you're referencing. That's a team that, with a little bit of solidarity and a leader, a real
They
leader,
got Coach of the Year,
could be
too.
very, very good. I mean, on-field leader. They could be very, very good. They need a quarterback there. I don't think either of the guys you're talking about, Vanilla Vic or the Massager, are good at all. I think they're both trash.
Vanilla Vic. Very good.
Yeah, I just don't see it with the Browns. Like we were talking about how the Bills had that window that closed. The Browns had it for a moment, but they're so far away from being a Super Bowl team. It's ridiculous.
You really think so?
I really, really think so. It's the Browns, first of all. And second of all, what do they have to go off of?
Careful, you know what they're saying down in Cleveland about, well, the Lions, after all.
They can say whatever the hell they want. I would much rather have the Lions roster now than the Browns roster.
Certainly.
I think any GM in the NFL
but you
would agree.
think that if they sign Kirk Cousins, that they can't make? I mean, you put Kirk Cousins.
He's talking about Daniel Jones.
Well,
you think Daniel Jones is the answer?
He's mentioning a trade possibility.
Danny Dimes is trash in my book. So is Watson. But I think that the Cleveland Browns are a team that, with a veteran presence like Kirk Cousins, maybe they'll send Tillman creeping up next year. I think they're a good team.
The irony is, Baker Mayfield's sitting up there, and if the Browns would have never gotten rid of him, I would be having this conversation that they could be an elite team. But
no, you wouldn't. You hate Baker.
I hate Baker Mayfield. But that doesn't change what I see on the field and what he brought to that team. And you saw what he did in Tampa Bay this year. I gained all the respect I have for Baker Mayfield this postseason.
Can you fit that in a shot
I
glass?
did apologize to you, didn't I? I even tagged you on Twitter. I was like, Maz, you were right about your guy.
You did.
First reason I loved him, I found out, and I'm sure this was general knowledge to a lot of people, but for some reason it never caught my radar. He's the first walk-on to ever win a Heisman.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Second thing that made me fall in love with him this season, Matthew Stafford gets beat by the Lions, doesn't even thank the city, doesn't give respect to the fans, just says, I'm happy for the players.
Went out of his way
Went out of his way to punk this city.
Yep.
Baker Mayfield the next week, very happy for the city of Detroit.
Absolutely.
Those fans earned it. It was electric in there. Those guys are amazing.
Keep in mind.
Third thing that made me fall in love with Baker Mayfield.
I'll come back.
Yeah, thank you. I wasn't
Oh,
finished.
come on.
Lists are awesome. Third thing that I love about Baker Mayfield, during the skill part of NFL weekend, Pro Bowl weekend, he's in the throwing competition. And he loses, but they come over and interview him. He's having a good time, and they say, what did you do to prepare for this? And he says, man, my last pass was in Detroit to Derek Barnes.
Oh, wow, good for him, man.
To have that humbleness, that
Yes.
self-awareness, to be able to crack that joke.
back.
I was like, I clipped that video, I posted it, and I tagged Maz. I was like, really starting to like this guy.
I've been a fan of that kid since when I predicted him to go number 1 overall when he was maybe top 3 at the time.
Yep.
His moxie he's been very resilient to all the flack that he's gotten. Sure, some of it he generated on his own, but for a guy that's been bounced from city to city, that's been written off, that was, this guy's a loser, this guy's a problem, to see him in the playoffs and then to see him handling losing as well as he did, you're just explaining, I like him even more.
Yeah,
man.
Broder brought up a great point, too. Another reason. Amon-Ra St. Brown did the Baker dance when the Lions played them, right?
Yeah.
But then Skills Weekend, Pro Bowl Weekend, they did it together after a cool play.
That's very
it's
cool.
like, so I gained a ton of respect for Baker Mayfield. I think Tampa Bay would be stupid to let him go.
Oh, absolutely.
They won't let him go.
They shouldn't.
They won't. Now, here's my sidebar to Baker. I've said it from day one when he was bounced around, he was in Carolina. I'm like, he would have made a great Lion. He would have fit in with Dan Campbell and this group of guys like nobody's business.
I
I
agree.
will stick to that. You got Jared Goff.
Jared Goff.
I'm not disparaging Jared Goff. I'm just saying Baker would have been a great Lion.
I
That's
feel
all.
that. I feel that big time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Baker,
That's it.
Baker, I feel like
Underdog.
this could, but if he was in Detroit, I feel like he could have gotten too big for his britches, as my dad would say. Like Jared Goff, I think what attracted everybody to him was his humbleness and his ability to fight through adversity and stay that humble, just chill dude.
I think he's talking about if we would have gotten him, down the line, not drafted him,
Correct.
because he humbled himself.
He sure did. He
for
had
sure.
to go through what he did.
He got humbled and he humbled himself.
Yep.
And he bounced back.
Another guy on this list that I absolutely love. You want to talk? I used to call Baker Mayfield a poor man's Gardner Minshew. I love Gardner
Yes, you
Minshew,
do.
man. Like,
Yes,
this
you
is
do.
a guy I would love to have in the locker room as the backup to Goff.
Me too.
Right?
Yeah.
Like this
Me too.
He would be a fun Detroit Lion. He would be like Swaggy was when he was here. Just a personality, a funny dude, and overall, I love Gardner Minshew. He's not done well as an NFL quarterback, but
he has. He's overachieved.
He's achieved. I don't think he's
overachieved for what they thought he was going to be.
Not for what I thought he was going to be.
You didn't even know about him until
I
he
drafted
became.
him. I drafted him in our league, Anson. I loved him when he was with the Jags. He was amazing throwing to AR-15. Joe Flacco, a guy on this list. I mean, he's done. I don't even know.
Where did AR go to school?
Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Yes, thank you very much.
You're
Ryan Tannehill also done. Right? Where's Ryan Tannehill?
He's a backup somewhere.
Yeah, where's he gonna go start? That's what I was gonna ask. Nowhere.
Yeah.
Nowhere.
I mean, he can
Never
go
say
sign
never.
up behind Bryce in Carolina and take the job from him.
That's true. What a waste of a pick for Carolina that would be.
Not yet.
I said that would be if that was the
Right.
scenario. See, Baz, you jumped to attack me before I even get my freaking sentence out.
Am I attacking you or am I just? I didn't hear that part. I'm sorry.
No, you didn't listen.
I apologize.
Yeah, you heard it. You just didn't listen.
I listened. I didn't hear it.
There's a difference.
It's okay.
There's a difference, man. Swiss insurance. Tell us about Swiss insurance. Maz.
Whoa, that'd be me.
Oh, well, it's highlighted Maz.
Oh, you got a problem with that?
No. I'm just happy you got the right graphic up, Pete.
Well, I do know that Swiss Insurance is a partner of Woodward Sports Network, but there is good news and there is bad news. The bad news is insurance rates are going up across the board in Michigan. The good news is Swiss Insurance is here to help. Right now, more than ever, is critical for you to have your insurance reviewed. Swiss will make sure your carrier does not slip in extra fees or raise deductibles. Call Mark at Swiss Insurance today today or visit SwissINS.com and tell them Woodward Sports sent you.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Savor the heart of home at Big Boy with our all-new down-home comfort dishes. Feast on home-style goodness with our Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl, veal parmigiana, and apple pie hotcakes. The down-home delight doesn't stop there. Potato pancakes are back. Dive into the richness of our perfectly crafted potatoes with our classic potato pancakes and our stuffed potato pancakes. Top off your meal with our new gingerbread shake, a seamless blend of creamy vanilla and sweet gingerbread flavors. Nothing beats the comforting taste of down-home cooking. Enjoy every bite, only at Big Boy.
Welcome back to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz right here on the Woodward Sports Network, and we are live on Fox2Detroit.com. Thank you to everybody locking in on there. Everybody in the chat, everybody dropping likes and reminiscing, and you gotta love Mike G. He's been infamous for this, putting our employees against each other.
He's great.
Maz versus Stick in an Oklahoma drill.
Oh, God. Thanks, Mike. No, thank you.
Maz, did you play football in high school?
I played 1 year of Pee Wee football with the champion 1971 Pee Wee Jets.
Okay.
Undefeated at 10-0.
And that was it. It was like, all right, I'm walking away from the game.
I walked away.
Yeah.
I wanted to leave on top.
You did the right thing. You John Elway did.
You know what? My favorite thing, football, is playing schoolyard football. Still to this day. Let's play. Two-hand touch or tackle in the park. But team, I'd rather write about it or talk about it. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, you do a great job at it, man.
Thanks,
We
man.
appreciate having you here. That is Anson. Maz is here. JB is here. Pete Spivak is here.
I got a quick story for you.
All right.
High school story. High school athletic story. So I decide I'm going to try out for the wrestling team.
Oh, God.
Okay. So we go down to the wrestling room.
He's laughing before he
First
tells
of
the
all,
story.
the wrestling room smells like nothing. I mean, it smells so freaking bad.
Wrestling locker rooms are bad.
So the coach is there pumping us all up. All right. I'm like, all right, I'm in for this. He's like, all right, let's go. We're going to take it outside and we're going to hit it. We're going to run to the park, Hudson County Park, and run back. So it was like a 2-mile run. 2 miles. So we get outside to 76th Street, 76th and Kennedy Boulevard. Wait for the green light. We all cross the street, and then they went left, I went right, and I went right home. I went right home. Okay? I walked.
Solid choice.
Home.
Solid decision.
They ran, I walked. That was my wrestling tryout.
I wrestled every time I got cut from the basketball team because I was hit or miss on basketball. Because you could always find a spot on the wrestling team. All you need to do is fill a weight class. Like if I need to gain 5 pounds, I'd gain it. If I need to lose 5 pounds, I'd lose it just to have a spot on the wrestling team. But that conditioning for wrestling,
Oh my God.
unbelievable.
Crab walk.
Wrestling is the most grueling 3 minutes you will have of any sport when you're in that little circle.
Yeah.
It's
You don't want to
unbelievable.
lose.
The minute you give up, the millisecond you give up strength, you're just done. It's over. It's fast. I cannot speak highly enough about wrestlers. And when I see a guy with cauliflower ear, I know I do not mess with that guy.
No, you
My
don't.
friend Joe Saporito was a wrestler.
Oh, Joe Saporito.
Joe Saporito.
Yeah.
You know Joe.
Hey.
He had to lose weight overnight to get to his weight class. Otherwise, he would have been disqualified. Went and sat in the freaking sauna.
Oh, yeah.
All day.
Yeah.
Came out weak as you know what.
Yep.
Made weight, but got his butt kicked
Yep.
in the thing. Poor Joe.
I used to sit in saunas with like garbage bags on
Yes.
you to like sweat it out
Oh,
even
my
more.
God.
I mean, you could drop a lot of weight real quick.
I just
can.
remember those kids sitting in class with their spit cup.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, come on.
Yeah, they're dirty people, man.
What's going
like
on
they're
right now?
like I knew a kid that used to like literally rub onion under his arm and stuff like that before a match because he knew once he got a hold of you and like that's the dirty
Grind
games.
that stinky
just-
pit on your face,
Just
huh?
grind, Wrestling's a brutal sport. Those guys, tip my cap to them.
Yeah.
Really, really strong. Really
you
strong guys.
don't want to mess with a wrestler.
No, of all sizes.
Yeah. The
I'm-
littlest guy is the toughest guy.
I got a great story about that too. I believe we were playing Warren Woods Tower in basketball, and at St. Mary's, our mascot's an eagle, or it's an eaglet, but it's
Yes.
an eagle. And
Yes.
and the guy that was wearing it, his name's Brian Leith. He was an all-state wrestler, but he was a shorter guy. The kids from the other school started messing with the mascot because you think it's just some dork in there, right? And it's an all-state wrestler, and he took him down while he was wearing the eagle costume.
That is fantastic.
It was an amazing sight to see in
That's
high
awesome.
school. Let's get into Around the NFL, man. Do you want to
got
lead it?
I will.
Let's go.
I got one for you guys that are going to, your mouths will be wide open. They will be agape.
Ooh.
A game.
You ready for this? People around the NFL are saying that Dak Prescott is going to reset the salary for quarterbacks at $60 million plus a year.
Yeah,
Are
here we
you
go.
kidding me? Are you going to pay Dak Prescott $60 million a year?
Am I? No.
Period.
Is
Anybody?
Jerry Jones dumbass? Yes. Yes.
No way.
If I was a Cowboy fan, I would pay that money just to not have to hear him go, yeah, here we go. Before every snap. Drives me crazy. I can't believe that they would pay him that.
One thing it does do is make golf at $45 million look pretty damn good.
Yeah. But I'm just saying. I just thought that would be outlandish. By the way, the Steelers, the Pittsburgh Steelers, are the favorites to land Russell Wilson. The Steelers right now.
I like that.
Right now they have Kenny Pickett, Mason Rudolph. Neither one of them really is a good starting quarterback.
I can't think of Mason Rudolph and not think about him getting the hell kicked out of him by his own helmet.
I know.
That's one of the greatest moments in
It wasn't
NFL
his
history.
fault though.
Yeah, I know. He tried to pick a fight with Myles Garrett.
Right. Wrong guy to pick a fight with.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt
So
you.
no, Russell Wilson to the Steelers. I could see that, and I think he'd help them a little bit.
And
Not
I think
a lot,
that,
but a little.
I think that's a good spot for him to go to, right? It's off the beaten path. He's not getting a ton of media attention. It'll be
Are
all
you
about.
kidding?
It'll be all about
The
football.
Steelers,
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, they'll kill him.
If he doesn't win.
The Steeler
If he
fans
doesn't
will
win.
absolutely kill him if he doesn't win.
But he's got he's got everything that he needs here. He's got two great wide receivers.
They're
He's got
bums.
a running game.
They're bums.
Who? George Pickens?
and Deontay Johnson. You want them on your team?
You watch.
You
George
want
Pickens
those
is
guys?
one of the best young receivers in the NFL.
Yeah, and when he
With a-
wants to play.
Who
Half
did you
the
see
time he
what
doesn't
did?
even run
Did you
routes.
see what he did with
Or
Mason
block.
Rudolph? I wouldn't run routes if Kenny Pickett was trying to
No,
limp
those
the ball
guys are
to me
bums.
either.
They are bums. I would
Yeah.
not have either one of those guys on my team. You want those guys on your team? I even
would
talked
love-
to Braylon about
I would love
this.
to have Pickens
Braylon
on my
agrees
team.
with me.
I'd love to have Deontay Johnson as our number 2 wide receiver.
No
here.
way. He doesn't fit here.
I mean, he'd be.
He doesn't fit here.
How do you really feel, Maz?
That's how I feel. I think they're the two
Did
biggest
they end with a
bums in
winning
the league.
record this year?
Steelers, they got in.
No.
Yeah. Barely.
Tomlin.
I want playoff guys on my team.
Mike Tomlin. Baby.
You don't want those guys on your team.
Yeah, but on the other hand, then you're going to tell me the Browns are going to win a Super Bowl.
The Browns are in better shape than
That's why I don't understand what we're doing here sometimes.
Are you a
Browns are-
Steelers hater?
Browns are in better shape than the Steelers.
He doesn't like the Steelers.
That's not true. I was just in Pittsburgh this weekend.
Oh, that doesn't mean
know
you
how
like
many
the
Pitt- You know
Steelers.
how many Steelers stores I went in? By the way, there's like 150 Steelers stores.
Yeah, they
I
keep
mean,
that
my
economy
ex went to
going.
Pitt, man. It's crazy out there.
It's
I mean, every
unbelievable.
single female in the state of Pennsylvania loves that team too.
Everybody.
It's crazy.
Everybody loves the Steelers. No, I'm not a hater. I just don't think they're a very good team.
Hate.
Not a hater. Not a hater. I just think they're inconsequential these days.
Top or bottom 5 quarterback play in the NFL last season, they made the playoffs still.
Yeah,
You
I know.
put a guy like Russ that knows how to win in that lineup. He has weapons. Whether you like them and you'd rather have them than Amon-Ra St. Brown, that's not what I'm saying. they've got a great young tight end. They've got two very, very good young wide receivers. They've got two very good young running backs. Their defense is as good as not ever, but they're still very good, and they've got an offensive line. You put a capable quarterback. Honestly, I'd love to see Cousins go there. That's where I'd like to see, because the mobile nature of Russell and the way that I've seen him play the last 2 years after that injury, I'd like to see a little more steady, a little more conservative guy there and let them run the ball around him.
Steelers got in because other teams lost. Yeah, that's how it works. I mean, that's just how the playoffs work.
They wouldn't have gotten in if.
What a hot take!
I know. The team that scored more points won today.
Oh, man, they had a better record because those guys lost more games, so they got in.
Joe Burrow was out for the year. Otherwise, they don't make the playoffs. Joe Burrow was out for the year. They don't make the playoffs.
You don't know that?
No, I know that.
Okay.
I know that for a fact.
You do?
They're a terrible team. Terrible.
But the Browns are winning the Super Bowl.
The Browns are better than. I didn't say they're winning the Super Bowl.
You just.
JB,
JB, can we get a replay on that? Didn't he say the Browns could win a Super Bowl?
He said the Browns could win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
With the right quarterback.
With the right set of players, yes.
Oh, well, anybody can win a Super Bowl with the right set of players. Once again,
I didn't say right set of players.
He said
right
hour
set
here
of
at
players.
Woodward Sports, where if you win, you make the playoffs, and if you have good players, you can win a Super Bowl.
Why do I put myself
Man,
through
what other
this?
groundbreaking news are we going to do today?
Why do I
fellas?
ask you?
Do we got a breaking news sounder on that?
Why do I ask you to host the show with me? Why? Why do I do this to myself?
Breaking news:
I
the
feel
color
like
green
just
is
going
still green.
I feel like going to like the mental ward when I'm done with you for 2 hours. The mental ward.
I'm sorry I point out the craziness that you speak. I'm just quoting you, man.
You are poking holes in the Steelers after holding up the Browns, pal. I mean, I love you, but come on.
The Steelers, who haven't had a losing record since the Eisenhower administration.
They have the most playoff appearances in Super Bowl era, bro.
Get rid of Mike Tomlin.
4 in the last 5 years.
Okay. All right, moving on.
Okay.
Up next, folks.
He's dejected
If you score
now. Look at him.
touchdowns, it increases your chance to win.
The more points you score in a game, the better off you are.
Man, you should be a coach.
I'm telling you, man. Yeah. There
How are you not a coach? Because you cracked the code.
Coach Pete.
He just cracked the code, everybody.
Coach Pete.
Look at Maz. Look at.
Are you done, Riddler?
Oh boy.
Okay. Let me talk Lions for you. Maybe that'll just shut you up.
I got the coaches for you, bro.
Thank you. The Lions signed 3 new coaches today, and one of them is a guy that I couldn't wait for to make official. That's Terrell Williams, formerly of the Titans. He was Mike Vrabel's right-hand man.
Awesome.
And he was the head coach of the South team in the Senior Bowl. That gets me hyped, because if you remember, just a few years ago, the Lions coached those teams. They coached the Senior Bowl, and look at those drafts that they had. Now they get the guy that coached, the head coach of the Senior Bowl, as part of their team, and supposedly this guy's the real deal. Defensive line coach, running back coordinator, he's going to do it all for the Lions. So I'm happy that Terrell Williams is now part of that staff.
You know, the Super Bowl fact right there, or the Senior Bowl fact that you dropped, that was a major coup for us to be able to coach the team right when we had the new regime coming in. The insider knowledge that you get, again, we talk about looking at film, you talk about the numbers coming out of the combine, but sitting down with these guys, seeing how they respond in-game to adversity when you're on the sideline, that's great. That's great. Deshay's exciting too.
Good addition.
And Brad Holmes, I trust.
Yeah.
If he says these are the guys, I'm riding with him.
Campbell.
That's right. I'm riding with him.
Dan Campbell's staff. He loves his guys. These are his guys. They're our guys now. All right, here's something for you guys for next season to look forward to. Lions had 3 playoff games this year. Did you know that they will have 3 playoff rematches in the regular season? Look at these things.
Yep.
These are all the playoff rematches across the board, and they're all terrific. Yep. But I like our Lions. Look at our Lions. Starting off with the Bucks, got the Rams coming in, the 49ers, you go to San Francisco again. But the Rams are coming to Detroit this year again, and so are the Buccaneers, which is pretty cool.
Lions are going to roll the Rams by 24.
We faced 6 playoff teams this year. We're going to be looking at 8 next year. A lot of them at home. But, you know, if you're going to be great, you got to be great.
That San Francisco game has to be circled on the Lions schedule. That has to be a point of pride for them and a point of, hey, let's go show the world that we're that first half team, not that second half
But it really
team.
doesn't matter. It's a new year.
I hope they don't
really
circle
doesn't.
that game like
It
they
matters.
circled the Seattle game.
You don't think that carries over?
No. I
No?
don't. No, it's a regular season game. If that was a playoff game again, that's another story.
You think
Oh,
that's
so
not going
playoff
to
games are
carry
more
over?
important than regular season? Breaking news once
Yes.
again.
Come on, Maz. You don't really think that none of that emotion is going to carry over from that loss?
Well, yeah, of course it will.
Oh, okay.
But I don't think it's a big deal. It's a regular season game. That's all I'm.
I think they're all
statement.
they're all big deals. That's what makes the NFL so
Look at
special.
that last game, Kansas City and the Niners,
That-
the Super Bowl rematch.
Is that going to kick off the season?
I doubt it.
That's normally what they do, don't they?
Well,
They kick off the season
Kansas
with the Super
City
Bowl
is the home
rematch.
team,
Okay.
so they will have a choice of whoever's the visiting teams going into Kansas City. It's going to be the Chargers. You can mark your dollars down. The Chargers and the Chiefs will be the opening week.
I mean, all of these matchups, I can't wait to watch. I just love NFL football. I know
it's
we're
the
like
best.
170
It's the best.
days away from kickoff, but man,
Doesn't matter.
Let's get it ramped up,
There's
boys.
two choices for that opening Thursday night game. It's either going to be the Ravens at the Chiefs or the Chargers at the Chiefs. And remember, the next day is a Friday, and it's the Philadelphia Eagles playing, and I think it's in Spain or Mexico. Brazil. There you go.
Brazil.
It's in Brazil. It'll be the first game ever in Brazil, first Friday night game in Brazil
I'll tell you what,
of the NFL. So you
that's a
got
game-
back-to-back games.
That's a game I'd like to be at.
Isn't that cool?
Bring back Wednesday afternoon football
I
like
love
COVID. Yes, give me Wednesday afternoon football. Remember, like we were all just sitting here.
Yeah,
we
it was
had
the
it on
COVID
TV.
years.
Yeah,
It was
COVID
awesome.
years. Yeah.
I loved COVID. I did.
That's a drop.
I don't think you should say that.
COVID was awesome. You got to stay home. No one gave a damn. You
In
stayed home.
hindsight, it wasn't bad at all.
Gas was 97 cents a gallon. Half
Food
the
was
people
super cheap.
Half the people stayed home.
Elections were stolen.
It don't matter. It was a good time. I had all the old games were on TV. Everything that I like to watch was on TV.
For a shut-in, COVID was
It was
probably the best
phenomenal.
thing that could
I
ever
loved being shut in. I
happen.
loved it.
Yeah, businesses shutting down.
That was
Woodward
great.
was born.
Governors putting in sick people into
Woodward
old
was
folks'
Well,
born.
homes.
everything except that, of course.
Yeah, not
Everything
being able to
except that.
drive to cottages that you own within the state.
If
Not
you
being
had a-
able to go out on your boat was
Yeah.
awesome.
Like-
Woodward was born.
Woodward was born out of COVID. Woodward was
right.
born. Me and Anson would talk every day, like because we were looking up fantasy football rankings and stuff like that. And Anson were like, why aren't we doing this? And then we started sitting on my couch and recording videos and posting them on YouTube. And
Then remember the similarities between 2020 and 2024 are immense. By the way, immense. I had that on a couple weeks ago. You wouldn't believe it. The only thing missing is COVID in March. I'm just telling you.
I really
I'm just telling you.
I loved COVID.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is.
Look.
There you go.
Look at that.
Oh yeah, this
Look
is fun.
at that.
Thank you, JB.
Thanks, JB.
But you know what screws up all of this?
What?
The Detroit Lions.
What about them?
They didn't do a damn thing in 2020. 2024.
That's amazing.
Is that something?
Isn't that pretty wild?
I thought you'd like that.
Yeah,
Thank you for
reset.
keeping that, JB.
It's pretty cool.
The favorite one
Reset.
is Braylon's on the bottom. He's like, whoever figured out the one on the bottom has way too much time on their
The
hands.
Citrus
Bowl
Bowl
The Citrus
winner
Bowl.
won by 35 points.
And poor Ron Rivera.
Ron Rivera canned from two
It's
teams.
kind of like the what was it, JFK and
Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln
Yeah.
facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone just slammed that,
Or like
by the
Taylor
way.
Swift in 13.
Oh, really?
Someone said Lincoln did not have a secretary named Kennedy.
Yeah.
Someone just came out with that the other day on Abe Lincoln's
That
birthday.
seems like a nice little throw in.
I know.
They
Wasn't
somebody
that
made
cool?
up.
Aside from that, Miss Lincoln, how was the play?
It was. Hey, we'll
Didn't
let that guy
Edsel Ford
in.
buy the chair that Abraham Lincoln was assassinated in? I believe so. It's in the
I
it's the
think
Ford
it's in
House.
the Ford Museum. Yeah, it's in the Ford Museum.
Oh, it's a
All
great.
right.
What a great museum.
Big boy. Let's talk about Big Boy.
Yum.
You got it.
It's me?
No,
I got
I
it.
had to
I
get
said,
it up.
You
There
got
you
it.
go.
I'll talk about Big Boy.
I'm going there after the.
Get it up.
this.
Sorry.
You know,
hang on.
they're building
There's-
the world's biggest Big Boy.
There's
like
going to be
2
a
miles
super
south
Big
of
Boy
here.
right down the
I
street from
need
us,
some
where
in
the
my
old
life
Pasquale's
pronto.
was.
Yep.
Anyway, comfort foods from Big Boy are the best right here in Detroit. You want to start your day off with a great breakfast, the stuffed potato pancakes. How about those omelets, the Santa Fe garden omelet, the lumberjack omelet, and the apple pie hotcakes for lunch and dinner. The veal parmesan is outstanding. The Southern Comfort chicken bowl, that's a new addition. And of course, you can just get yourself a Big Boy and save room for those shakes and pies. The best shakes in town at your local Big Boy.
Come to Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut experience and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Savor the heart of home at Big Boy with our all-new down-home comfort dishes. Feast on home-style goodness with our Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl, veal parmigiana, and apple pie hotcakes. The down-home delight doesn't stop there. Potato pancakes are back. Dive into the richness of our perfectly crafted potatoes with our classic potato pancakes and our stuffed potato pancakes. Top off your meal with our new gingerbread shake, a seamless blend of creamy vanilla and sweet gingerbread flavors. Nothing beats the comforting taste of down-home cooking. Enjoy every bite, only at Big Boy.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. This is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. The same great service that customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Avenue just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today at lesstanford.com. Les Stanford Chevrolet.
Together, let's drive.
Thank God somebody freaking listens to me.
Together, let's drive. Welcome back to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, without Ermanni and Edwards. My name is Stick, filling in for Braylon Edwards, sitting in the Braylon seat. That is Anson Wells, sitting in the Ermanni seat. We have JB in the building. Maz is here, about to have an aneurysm. Pete over there just contemplating his life decisions.
Remember the day I came in for my interview with you?
I do. It was a cold winter's night.
It was a cold winter's day.
Yep. It was just me and you in this studio.
Just me and you in this studio.
Yep.
Lots of gifts. There were a lot of gifts in the studio.
It was during Stuff a Studio, yeah.
Doing Stuff a Studio.
Year one. And, say what you want about Kelly Stafford. Yep.
She was great.
She was great that year. Donated about $10,000 worth of toys to us. So,
a nice lady.
She's a trouble starter.
She is.
She's a trouble starter.
She's a woman.
Whoa. Maz is on.
Whoa. And
That's another
fuego
drop
today, my friend.
I'm talking as a man who grew up with 4 sisters, and I have 3 daughters, and I see how women treat each other.
Yeah.
And I see what women
And you're
do.
also talking as a man who loves COVID.
I like COVID shut-in. I like people being sick
There are
with COVID.
so many drops,
I like
JB.
COVID shut-in. There was nothing like being shut in. I mean, it was like almost a retirement.
It was, honestly. The government was just sending you random checks. You got to sit I'm with you. It wasn't an awful time in life, but the amount of people who died, friends that had parents dying in the hospital couldn't visit them.
You know I don't mean that.
I know you don't mean it, but there's somebody that doesn't. So I just want to make Maz you liked being on vacation.
I did.
Yeah. I went up to my cottage and just sat up there for 3 months.
Good for you.
That's what I did.
You embraced the social distancing.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
Where are we going from here, Maz?
I got Justin Fields news for you.
Oh, boy.
We've been talking about Justin Fields
Did he learn
and
how to
where's the
throw
best
yet?
spot for him. It turns out the Bears have gotten several trade offers for Justin Fields since the season has ended. Where is the best spot for him, or will they shock the world and keep him?
He's such an interesting quarterback, right? Because he's not really a quarterback, but he plays the position. Like, he can't throw the ball to save his damn life.
I disagree.
I know you disagree because it's my take.
No, I disagree. I think he's going to be a fine
The
quarterback.
fact that he finally had DJ Moore showed that he can throw the ball. Okay?
Did it?
Yeah, he was a capable guy. He got hurt. He came back. He played well.
He beat us.
I'm going to tell you right now, the best place
Should've beat us
for
twice.
Fields to be is to stay in Chicago. We talk about it all the time. The greatest predictor in the NFL is change. And if these guys move away from him, I will be excited about that because it means that this team that's coming up with all kinds of assets probably takes a step back for a year or so. With what
He threw for 2,500 yards this year.
What's that?
2,500 yards.
He also missed, 4 games?
Yeah, he missed some games.
He missed
Yeah,
a bunch
missed
of
4
games.
games, yep.
I think that
He didn't have a running game.
I would
either.
love to say that he's not a good quarterback. I would love to not see him in the NFC North next year. I think he's super capable. I think he also has skills that are very hard for the Lions to defend, at least this last season. We'll see who our defense looks, what they look like this coming year. But I think that a bunch of GMs around the league are asking about this guy for a reason. You can't teach speed. You can't teach elusiveness. He's not a bad guy in the locker room. The team seems to like him. And if they can figure out how to use his arm the way that the Ravens figured out how to use Lamar's arm this year, that's
And how
a
has that
franchise
worked out for
quarterback.
the Ravens, though? I mean, the Ravens have done well, but they haven't won a championship.
Okay.
They haven't even gotten to a championship.
That's because they tied him up this year.
Well,
They
Todd
scored less points than their
Well,
opponents.
Todd
That's what happened.
Monken, he blew it. The offensive coordinator
Agreed.
blew that Ravens championship game.
Agreed.
Because they ran the ball all year, led the NFL in runs. And what did they do? They ran it 6 times in the AFC
couldn't
Championship.
understand
Justin
that
Fields, 1,800 yards passing, 7 TDs, 10 interceptions his first year. Second year, 2,200 yards passing, 17 TDs, 11 interceptions. Third year, 2,500 yards, 16 TDs, 9 interceptions. None of those stand out to me as a good quarterback. Like, I can't look at that and say this guy can chuck the ball
who is-
around the field.
Who is he throwing the ball
Right,
to his
he's
first
got
2
nobody.
years?
What talent do
Equinemius?
they have?
What are we doing? Does it matter? Like, there's guys that put up stats whether they're throwing to me or not. I
Well,
mean,
you're talking about a rookie quarterback that was a
I'm
run-first
talking about
quarterback
third
that
year.
comes in without any talent around him, who has improved each year that you've read those numbers.
Yep.
He also missed a month of
improved a whole
football.
300 yards this
Hey, listen,
year
if
and
you
threw
want
one
him
less
back, that's your
touchdown.
funeral. I don't want to see him in Chicago. I think that's the best place for
I
him.
love him. I love him and Eberflus in Chicago for life.
I'd rather
Sign
see
him.
both of them go.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
a little worried about the Bears. You listen, you're the same guy that came in here and wiped away every other guy in the NFC North and said that they weren't a challenge.
They
Okay?
weren't.
The Bears beat us.
you're gonna
the
lose
Packers
games in
beat
the
us.
NFL,
Yeah.
especially to divisional opponents. That doesn't mean you're an awful team. How many games did the Kansas City Chiefs lose this year?
I think the Bears are 1 year behind the Lions in their development. The Bears next year will be a borderline playoff team if they keep it intact.
Oh, a borderline playoff
That's
team
who
in
we
year
were
4.
last year. We lost. We did not. You guys are all anointing the Lions at 9-8. They were not a playoff team, and now they're in the NFC Championship. The Bears and the Packers are both on a similar trajectory.
As
And
the
I would like-
Lions?
from what the Lions were a year past. Yes.
All right.
Sleep on it.
I don't have to sleep on it. I live it.
I don't think he's-
every single day.
I
This
don't
is
think
what
he's
we do.
staying. I think he'll be traded.
I
He'll-
do too.
he'll-
and
he'll
I
be
hope
gone.
you're right.
And then they're going to botch another quarterback.
That'll
That's the
be
best
good.
part about
Let-
this.
they've
That's, and that's the best part. Let them stay in a perpetual rebuild.
This is as close to getting a good quarterback as they ever have drafted. This is it. Jim McMahon and this. Other than that, Eric Kramer still is the Bears' single-season passing leader. Still, Eric Kramer.
Really? Over
Yes.
McMahon?
Yes.
Wow.
Eric Kramer is still leading.
Goff would have been the best quarterback that the Bears have ever had with last year's stats. Like, I mean, it's ridiculous how bad the quarterback play in Chicago has been, and I don't feel the slightest bit bad for him. And earlier when we were talking Brock Purdy, someone's like, Brock Purdy went to a Super Bowl. How could he be trash? Rex Grossman went to a Super Bowl, and he's trash. Like,
Deep cut.
but it's true. Like, I just.
Trent Dilfer. I mean, you can go out down the
Dilfer
line.
won a Super Bowl.
Brad
That's
Johnson.
a whole different.
Brad Johnson
He
won.
won a
managed a
Super Bowl.
I get it.
They
He
won
managed
though.
a
That's
Super Bowl.
that's
But Grossman's
different.
team was in that game till the fourth quarter. They almost won that game against the Colts.
Justin Fields
Till
is
they didn't.
easily one of the most
Like,
polarizing players in the NFL.
We
It's-
almost won
the
against
jury's
the
out.
49ers, but we didn't.
Yeah, the jury's out. I mean, he's a polarizing guy. I don't know if there's any more of a polarizing player in the NFL aside from maybe Deshaun Watson. I think that this kid at his stage in development has a much higher ceiling than what we've seen. You give him some assets. I'm telling you, if I was in Chicago, I'm trading that first pick. I'm taking advantage of the desire for Caleb, and I'm loading that squad up and letting him play.
And they could very well do that.
Can I make one quick bold prediction, please? If Chicago keeps Fields, I think they bring in Ezekiel Elliott as a free agent and draft Marvin Harrison number 1 overall.
Oh, please.
Ezekiel Elliott, you might as well be there.
Yeah, please.
You might as well be there. Zeke, he's done.
It's a lot better than what they have now.
I can see
No,
the
he's
Marvin
not.
Harrison thing, but they still don't have anybody to block for Fields.
That's
Like,
true.
That's the thing. I just don't. I don't see it in Chicago like you're seeing it in Chicago. Green Bay, we can have that conversation of a team on the rise, a team that's actually can do something.
Chicago's on the rise.
But they got 2 top 10 picks, and they could triple that if they move out of that first spot. Still get a guy like Rome, get a guy like Joe Alt, and you still have your quarterback that's been set in position for 3 years now.
How can a team be on the rise when they're continually fighting for that number 1 overall pick?
The Lions were all those years.
Come on, Howie. Where were we picking 2 years ago?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. They're a year behind us
Easy,
is all
son.
I'm saying. Like this
Where
next
were the
season,
Lions picking 2 years ago? Number 2.
same deal.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. They're a year behind us. So I believe that this year, they're
They're
probably
on the rise, man.
Yeah.
I don't believe it, and I'm going to need to see it on the football field.
Probably
you know?
the best division in the NFC over the next couple of
It
years,
could be.
I think.
Easily.
I agree with that, mostly because of the Packers. Like, I think Jordan Love is scary.
So
I
who-
think when
who's
Aaron
better
Jones is
next
healthy,
year?
they're scary.
The Vikings or the Bears? Who finished better?
Coin flip.
Are they both going to win 7 games?
Right at it. I'd
Okay.
go plus or minus 1 on that.
Okay. But that's vast improvement for a team that's picking number 1 right now.
6
Correct.
wins? Yeah. Okay. All right. I mean,
Well, they're
I
picking
guess
number
when
1 because they got Carolina's pick.
Sure.
They're picking 9. That's
you're
their
right.
own
You're
pick.
right. Top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're trash.
So here we go. Last quarterback one of the day is Sam Howell. We mentioned him earlier. It turns out the Jets brass is very much interested in bringing Sam Howell in to back up Aaron Rodgers. Now, they picked 9th, the Jets. Am I correct? They picked 9th. Let me look at my drift. They picked 10th. I would say, as a Jet fan, I wish they would draft a quarterback. I wish they would draft J.J. McCarthy. They're not going to because Aaron Rodgers is not going to probably let them pick a quarterback.
Well, and they
So
just
they are
they
married.
tried.
And they just spent a big chip
Right.
on
Well,
Wilson.
Zach Wilson, he's going to be gone. So you made a mistake. Now you got to try to find the next guy because Aaron Rodgers is there 1 year, maybe 2, if he stays healthy. So do they draft a quarterback? They're not going to because he ain't going to let them. So
God, I love how much Aaron Rodgers destroys teams.
it's the truth.
Yeah.
It's the truth.
Oh, I know.
So they got to trade for somebody.
Bad teammate.
To get in there.
Yeah.
And I think Sam Howell would be a great pick for them.
Can you accept that I hate Stafford now and I love A-Rod? Can you accept that?
If you tell me that's how you're feeling, I'm not going to tell you you can't feel
so
that way.
Aaron Rodgers, there's no way that team, after their offensive line let them down and his Achilles down, that he's not going to lose his mind if they go out and spend the money that it will take to sign Sam Howell. Because Sam Howell is a
No, he's still
competent
under a rookie
quarterback.
contract.
Oh, he is?
Yes.
So I got you.
He's under $1 million.
So they'd be looking at a trade then.
Correct.
And would that center around Zach Wilson?
I doubt who wants Zach Wilson at this point.
Moms.
He's besides moms, who wants Zach Wilson? He's damaged goods. I hope the kid can still go and make something of himself. I do, but
You heard the rumor about him banging moms.
Did you guys see Hard
know.
Knocks with the Jets? This kid looked really he looked like a different human being while he was shadowing
Correct.
Aaron Rodgers.
We
And
all
I
thought that was going to be great.
But I thought that if he got that whole year, maybe 2 years
Correct.
to do that, and then he
Yes.
just got thrown right back into the fray. So I wouldn't be surprised if they ride this kid back out on his rookie contract, unless you can give up something cheap to get Howell, because the commies do really seem like they are low on Howell, and I just don't get it. That guy's a player.
He won him a few games last year. He was terrific. Sure, he throws a lot of interceptions, but we'll see. I think he's on the rise as well.
That offense, they had no idea what they were doing. I mean, you watch their games at all, and it's like they were doing something different every single game. I think that they've got a lot more there, and I think that they should be keeping Sam Howell. I don't know why they're shopping him.
I think there's also a bigger overarching issue that people haven't been discussing is Robert Saleh has not won that locker room like a lot of people thought he was gonna. There's been a lot of drama. There's been a lot of ways he's treated players, and I think everybody in this room was rooting for Saleh to perhaps get the Lions job when they were looking for Dan Campbell. And the Lions may have dodged a bullet.
I think you're right.
They may have. I'm just saying what I hear.
No, we caught a speeding bullet in Super Dan.
God, man. Oh, what a man. What a man Dan Campbell is.
Hey, the chat is
Dan.
saying, someone in the chat said Zach Wilson to the Michigan Panthers.
There you
How
go.
about The UFLs, Michigan Panthers.
A lot of moms in Michigan.
Matt Corral signed with the UFL. Matt Corral or Corral?
Coral. Yeah, the USC former quarterback. That guy. Yeah.
He was a stud in the NFL.
Did he play for USC? No, I don't think
Thought so.
Did he?
Yeah. Either way.
I thought he was
not
Ole
good.
Miss. I could be wrong.
Anything else, Tommy?
You may be right.
Who
What's
cares?
that?
No, I was just joking with Tommy.
All right, let's talk about Guardian Alarm.
No.
1-800. What? No?
No.
No?
I don't feel like it.
Oh, God.
I'm just
Hold
kidding.
it down, Guardian.
Well, when you guys see that black and yellow sign out in
Black
front of
and
your
yellow,
house, it
black
tells
and
the bad
yellow.
guys one thing.
Stay out!
That's right, stay out. It's a new year. Let Guardian and Alarm offer you customized solutions from real experts, 24/7 professional monitoring, and technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work and people who have been proven to care. Call 1-800.
Stay out.
That's 1-800.
Stay out.
Stay out of winning the division, you crappy Chicago Bears.
That's right, and tell them Woodward Sports sent you, baby.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
Come to Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut experience and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Savor the heart of home at Big Boy with our all-new down-home comfort dishes. Feast on home-style goodness with our Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl, veal parmigiana, and apple pie hotcakes. The down-home delight doesn't stop there. Potato pancakes are back. Dive into the richness of our perfectly crafted potatoes with our classic potato pancakes and our stuffed potato pancakes. Top off your meal with our new gingerbread shake, a seamless blend of creamy vanilla and sweet gingerbread flavors. Nothing beats the comforting taste of down-home cooking. Enjoy every bite, only at Big Boy.
Hey, gang, it's Maz for Jack Labrador and jacklabrador.gg. You want to click on that QR code right above my bald head there, and it'll tell you exactly how to play this game. It's a fantastic change from the old rock, paper, scissors games. 2 new symbols and a franchise-changing 3-point play. There's 3 games in this deck. It's called the Champions Deck. It's $20. That is it. It's great looking, great gift for your friends and family. The Motor City Showdown you can play, Spell My Name, Pink Slip, and a lot more. Ages 8 and above, 2 players or more. Time to play these games, 15 minutes or less. JackLabrador.gg. Tell them Woodward Sports sent you.
And welcome back to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick, filling in for Braylon Edwards, the birthday boy. So make sure you go on social media and wish Braylon a happy birthday. Anson is in here, JB is in here, Maz is in here, Pete Spivak is in here.
I just took my migraine medication, by the way.
Is that what the...
That's what I did. See what you did to me?
That's how I know I've had a succcessful show.
See what you did to me?
That's my benchmark.
I swear. I literally just took my migraine medication. Why? Why do you do these things to me? Why? Anson, why?
It's all love, baby.
Yeah.
It's all love.
Let's lighten it up, Maz.
Okay.
Let's do something nobody can be wrong at.
That's right.
All right?
Okay.
We cannot argue on this because this is your preference, and nobody can argue your preference.
That's a fact. Both things can be true.
As Neil Rule would say. Pete?
Yeah.
Show this, I believe it was a NASCAR dude, right?
Oh, the Waffle House? Yeah, Ricky
Yeah.
Stenhouse Jr.
This was last year when he won the Daytona 500.
Yeah.
What Stenhouse Jr. did with the trophy.
Hello. Hello. We're hungry.
10.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, he showed up at a Waffle House with the Daytona 500 trophy.
That just changed my answer, to be honest.
But I just love how nobody even knew who the hell he was. You a winner? It's like, all right, once again, it's obvious day. I walk in carrying a trophy that's bigger than me. I probably won something. But that leads to the question, and I thought we could have fun with this, go around the horn with it. If you won a trophy, let's say Stanley Cup, let's say you won the NBA, let's say you won the Lombardi, let's say whatever trophy that you would covet, where would you take it amongst the city?
Amongst the city.
And everybody in the chat, too. Let us know where
the world.
Yeah, or around the world.
Yeah, NHL guys take it to their home country. So you can go anywhere you want, Anson.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was...
In Russia, trophy take you.
No, I was going to say something like Mexico, Tulum with all the beautiful people on the beach and stuff. But now, seeing him go to the Waffle House really changes my mind. I feel like I'd take it to a Detroit rave.
A Detroit rave?
Maybe Movement Festival.
Warehouse after party?
Yeah, for real. Like let's do it, man. Right on the dance floor, maybe up on stage with the DJ. Celebrate Detroit. Let's go.
I thought Anson was going to take it right to the grotto of the Playboy Club.
the
Playboy Mansion. That's where I thought you were going.
I'm not taking it to Kelly. We'll make our own grotto here in the D, baby. Let's go.
What about you, JB? Where are you taking that thing? Where's your flex?
I don't know. I kind of like Anson's idea of taking it to a rave or like a party somewhere. But if it's me, I've probably been drinking that day, so I'm taking it to some random beat-ups and just partying there.
All right. What about you, Maz?
Oh, my God, man. Well, when my little Lemon Drops won the championship at Lac St. Clair, a little 8U softball team, my girls, when we won, we took it to our neighborhood McDonald's, and everyone jammed in there, and we had a great time with it. But if I won the Larry O'Brien, or if I won the Vince Lombardi Trophy or the Stanley Cup, I would take it to probably my hometown. I'd probably take it down to Hoboken, New Jersey.
Hell yeah.
To Benny Tadino's Pizzeria and just put it up there and have at it. And that would be so much fun to go back home with that thing.
For St. Patty's Day, because St. Patty's Day in Hoboken is a whole deal. Woo.
It's a bigger deal here. You don't think it's a bigger deal in Detroit?
I don't know, man. I thought it was a bigger deal here until I would witness Hoboken. I mean, there is puke every 4 feet in every street and sidewalk in that city. It's crazy.
That's just an average day. That has nothing to do with St. Patrick's Day.
Normally, you are correct.
Yeah.
You are correct.
Mr. Pete Spivak, where are you taking this thing?
Lafayette, Coney Island.
Yeah?
I'm going to fit everybody into that little place, and we're going to chow down. But honestly, if I had a choice, and I wish it was still open, remember the rotating restaurant up at the top of the Renaissance?
Open.
Is it still open?
Yeah, it's called the Highland House now.
Oh, then that's where I'm taking it.
It doesn't rotate anymore, though.
But that's I'd love to take it and rotate, but whatever. Pause. Take it and rotate. Pause.
Go ahead, Pete.
There you go. No, I would love to take it to the rotating restaurant.
A rotating restaurant?
Yep.
Where are you going, Stick?
My initial place, just my old high school.
Cicerelli's?
No, my old high school was probably, because if you've ever been to St. Mary's, you see that trophy case that they have. It's quite impressive.
Yeah.
And to take something like that there and be like, the trump card, that'd be fun. If my dad was around, that would be probably the first place I'd take it, wherever Dad is.
Oh, yeah.
And go hang out with Dad.
Dad would be with you.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, but that's probably where.
So which trophy you guys want the most? Oof. Easy one for me.
I want the Lombardi.
Yeah.
I want the Lombardi. I want to win a championship. I want an NFL championship.
The Larry O trophy.
Oh yeah, I want the Larry O ring, baby. Let's go.
I want that Stanley Cup.
Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
I'm with JB on that. I want to drink out of the Stanley
It
Cup.
is the best trophy of the four.
Oh yeah, there's no question.
No doubt.
Actually,
the Mad Daddy.
or the Grey Cup. The Canadian Football Grey
the
Cup
Grey
is
Cup is
absolutely
cool.
beautiful. That would be a good
That
one
is
too.
beautiful.
It's a mild flex.
You got the Mounties bringing that down. By the way, Steve-O in the chat.
Yeah, very weird, but
Weird flex.
Hey, Steve-O in the chat might have changed my mind. I said I'm going to take it to Benny Tadino's in Hoboken. I will, but I'm taking it to the bowling alley. First play, I'm taking it to the bowling alley. I'm taking it to Harbor Lanes,
baby.
I'm taking it to Harbor Lanes and let my boys. We're gonna have a great time.
I
I love
that
this.
you're East Side,
Stick
man.
will show his old crushes that turned him down from the video. Oh, look what you could have had.
It's
Well
awesome.
played, yeah.
St. Patty's Day in Chicago. Lafayette, Coney. See, I'm an American. Coney.
Yeah, Lafayette, Coney. Oh, you're American?
I'm American. I love Grace. Grace is awesome.
I just hate that they
American.
won't take credit card at Lafayette, so I go to All American.
Yeah,
they're old school. They're cash only, baby.
I get it.
Yes, sir, dog. At East Grand
1906.
Rapids would be a spot. Yeah, there'd be some fun places to take it, man. I do like the party atmosphere. Like take it down to opening day at our block party that we're doing. That tent party at opening day with that thing on stage.
Especially the Lombardi. Like, man, just golf walking around the Lombardi during opening day.
Remember Brady throwing it to someone on a boat in Tampa?
Gronk
He was trash.
He grew it through it to Gronk.
He was trash.
Between boats. On avocado tequila.
That was crazy. He threw that thing. Unbelievable.
Can you imagine everybody diving into the water going after that thing? That would have been hilarious to see that.
All good, man.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Anyone?
I'm trying to read other one. Canada. It'd be fun to take it to Canada. My high school. I would have taken it to my high school. See, I think high school would be cool. And just, home in your living room.
How about to a men's club?
A gentleman's club.
A gentleman's club.
Well, I mean, Flight Club would be fun.
Yep.
Go see Skip.
That's
Tell him I sent you.
That's right. That's already a given after you hit downtown during the day, right?
Yeah.
I guess so.
So it goes downtown, Flight Club, then post party, like
After hours.
After hours.
Yeah, for sure.
But first after hours, west side. Second after hours, east side.
Oh, yeah. It gets a little dirtier on the east side later on.
Yeah.
Watch that.
Next thing you know, balloons are
I'm an
tied
east
to
side
it.
till I die. That's why I like the east side late at night, because it gets that much more.
Oh, yeah.
And Anson and I have been to some warehouse parties about 7 in the morning. It's like, when I first started dating my fiance, she works overnight at a hospital, right? And that's her overnight shift. And normally, we're just texting throughout the night, or I'll wake up, or she'll text me. And then, I'm out with Anson, and it's like 6 in the morning. I'm like, we just got to this spot on the east side. I'll probably be home about 8 a.m. I may see you when you get there. She's like,
Want
what
bagels?
the hell? Where are you going? What the hell is going on? It's like it's an abandoned Chinese restaurant. They just opened it. We're good. Don't worry.
What?
Tell them I'm wrong, Anson.
What?
The details of the story are a little too much, pal.
Oh, yeah, because someone's going to listen to this and go shut down
They
the
might
abandoned
actually
Chinese
know what
restaurant.
building that is, though.
If they do, they've been there, and God bless you. It was a great time. Well, thank you guys for being a part of the show today. The regular cast back tomorrow, right, Maz?
No.
Who's back tomorrow?
We got Braylon.
And you?
Myself, and hopefully Anson.
Oh, you're going to let Braylon and Anson do a show?
Hell yeah.
I'll watch
Long
it.
time coming.
I'll watch it.
Long time
Braylon's
coming.
College
gonna
football
throw-
centric.
He's going to throw him through the window out on
College
Woodward by the end
football
of the show.
centric.
Bring the football pads.
Yep. Oh, there we go. Oklahoma drill. Let's go, Mike G.
I have a really great clip from when him and I did the Michigan State game of him just dropping this pass right here. Can we get that loaded up for tomorrow?
Oh, that's not nice.
no, my God.
Yeah,
I'm the one who has to play it. Oh, hell no.
Well, then all Pete has to do is load up the 3 overtime game when he caught 4 touchdowns on that ass and took you guys to the deep end.
I'm not taking that abuse if I play that
what you're
cut.
talking about.
Come on, you're gonna talk trash with Braylon?
No.
Braylon murdered you guys that one
Yeah.
game, and I don't have a dog
Hey,
in this fight.
Hey,
Remember, Tuck coming.
I didn't. Yeah.
Tuck came on the phone.
I never really said that one. So, yeah.
Well, on
You
that
guys-
note, we'll
yeah,
see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
See you guys. See
Thank
you
you guys
tomorrow.
for being a part of the show, and Captain Obvious Wednesdays. The more you guys watch, the more views we get. So
Happy
thank
birthday,
you.
Braylon.
Happy birthday, Braylon.
Shut up,
Birthday,
Stick.
B.
Love you, man.
Love you too.